So today we are working on the fishbowl PC. I know some of you are probably maybe still asleep from the itis of the turkey. Me, I went through my process yesterday. So a little different. I'm already up, bright-eyed, bushy tail, ready to get back to work. As I told you before, I love what I do. So I do what I do. I got to start working on the designs and measurements for the fishbowl, since we have to start some kind of reconstruction on that. And I need, someone told me to grab some of those smaller boxes that need to be done. We have the Apex Gamer, we're going to be showing up soon, a new version of it, because I had to upgrade it for rear projection technology. And that's going to involve a roll-on application, roll-on rear projection. Because again, we don't want to be spraying too much with that one. The reason why, it's just easier to do with the roll-on, much easier to do an application. There's the other machine right there. I had to do some wire separation because all the wires were tangled up. And I still have to go in and hook up the LEDs. This thing lights up. We got the Velcro. So even though this is locked in, it still doesn't go anyplace. So everything is in there. Everything's locked in quite well. All we have to do is just put on the extra parts and everything, and we're done. So start working on to try to get the bulk of this finished. And then we got a ViewSonic 235.1 coming through because I have to have that on display. And this screen right here has to be finished, which requires an Epson projector and some software to make the entire wall interactive. I want them to be to come in and drag and drop stuff across the wall. So I have the equipment on the desk I bought a month ago to get ready for that. This is going to require a paint job today. It's going to require a multi-coat paint job, get it looking nice, everything all synchronized. Finally got the button attached to it. So we can get this ready. And then we have that PC over there. It has to be finished, but it has to be repainted all black because the whatchamacallit doesn't do too well if you paint it that way first. Paint it the way with the regular paint doesn't work. So let me get these tabs pushed down, which honestly, to tell you the truth, really don't need it because this is supposed to be a nuclear jungle, so there's supposed to be some chaos in it. This was for the hard drive. So trying to think of how we go about this. If I decide to just go buy actually I'll get more RAM with that too on top of that. If I just buy me another PC and just strip it down for parts, we need the hard drive for that one. We can use an M2, but we still have the hard drive with an operating system preloaded onto it. So that pretty much gives me some time to pretty much work on this. Yeah, we could do something with the structure too on top of that. All right, I'm gonna just leave it there. I was gonna take it off and basically put the M2 in there. But the M2 we're gonna need for Deep 6. That's an experimental case. This is gonna have a Thundercloud system installed into it. So we have a pole system here, pole system here, pole system here. And then because this is going to be the top, is going to be a little higher up where the plexiglass is going to hit, we need a short pole. This is definitely right on the edge where the power supply connects right in here. What is he doing? Power supply connects right in here. All right, we're going to have to rubber tube all of this so it looks nicely. Anything from here is going to have the tubes. We still got a rubber tube that down there and in the back. Anywhere we have any holes, we'll be putting any funnels in. We have to put a nice rubber tube on it. Give more of a professional look to it. I want this jagged. All right. Actually, not that because that's where the motherboard goes at. There's our motherboard right there. Micro ATX board. This thing is super tiny. Well, let me get this over here. So. That is literally the size of that motherboard. That thing is tiny, isn't it? Yep. Those are ITX boards, but this is a micro. The micro will fit perfectly right there with no problem whatsoever. Fits perfectly. Which is weird because you know why? I didn't buy this board for this. This board was supposed to be for that. Because for some reason the motherboard was acting up horribly. And I'm thinking the motherboard has a short in it. And yeah, find out it didn't have a short. It's the kill switches that were acting up. Once we replaced the kill switch, it started working again. So now we got a motherboard here. So this one is going to go right there. And it fits perfectly too. Look at that. It fits absolutely perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. So this was going to be our fishbowl PC. Give me a minute. I think you woke up and decided, let's be a jerk today. What'd you do? You're in the process of burying, man. I don't know what's going on with your freaking instincts, but you gotta fix those things. I'm gonna be a jerk in the morning. My cat's always a jerk. We're doing something. Anyway, so we're going to put in the liquid cooling system. Now, what I've learned from the experience of building this one is that we had this thing raised up where this part was right up here, and it was causing the system, the structure to bend a little bit. This time when we install it in, we're going to put a nice little bridge in here so it has something sturdy to fit or sit on. Because again, when it pushes in, it pushes into the cardboard. We want to make it nice and sturdy. Like this one fits nice and sturdy with no problem. So we're going to put a little cardboard platform here that we can set the liquid cooling system on here, and it should rest perfectly against here. But I need half of it to be exposed so we can put the fan system. We're going to turn all this into a power station. This becomes a power station, all with overgrown vines and the tubing for the liquid running all through the environment, causing this weird kind of biovegetation growth, abnormal growth. We're going to have a man-eating plant in here. We're going to have a wreck machine, a war machine, a robot that other smaller robots are repairing in the process. We're going to have some man-eating weird plants in here, something really cool. Not too creepy, but anyway. And, you know, it's going to be a pretty cool, nice setup. And we got plenty of room to play. If I did this with a regular PC, if I bought a fish tank PC, I wouldn't even get this platform right here to play on. We wouldn't even get all this room right here. We got plenty of room. Now, as for how the motherboard's set up, the peripherals are going, the motherboard's going to be upside down. And the reason why we're putting it upside down, because all the peripherals are going to have extenders that are going to push right through here, past the greenery. We're going to camouflage it in the greenery. We're going to camouflage all the cables so they match the greenery and the environment, the jungle life. And that's going to come through here, and it's going to come through an interface down here. We can have access to all of that. That's the way I want to do it. So I have to get cutting into this case. I have to get extenders for all this. Now, the Wi-Fi, what we have up here, we don't run much. So we're running basically the motherboard and keyboards right there. And then that little adapter, actually no, motherboard and keyboard's right over there, and it's a thumb drive. And that right there is the adapter for Wi-Fi right there. That makes it wireless. And then this one is for pretty much controllers and stuff like that. But we'll be to plug all that stuff down here. Make sure have it look invisible, have it all overgrown with the vines. Each one of the vines are going to be painted with a UV paint. So this is a very, very tedious job to begin with. So it's going to be pretty cool. And we definitely have to add in some kind of liquid bio container, which this is going to be filled with vegetable oil. Now, why we're going to fill with vegetable oil? Because we're going to run these high-powered LED lights through this, and the LED lights operate under vegetable oil. We need the liquid to look real, like it moves. So, got to put a station. I think I might put a fan in here with a grid on it, so that way that the overgrown vegetation doesn't get access to it and cause a cluck sound in the background. We're definitely going to need a fan for that one. We got plenty of parts to build our power station, to convert this into a power station. So that will be fantastic. So from here, we're going to have in these little tubes, pipelines that are clear, that are going to run all through here, here, and here. And where the vegetation grows, we're going to drill some holes in these pipes, show a little liquid leakage. And then we're going to use a real high grain UV powder to get it to activate in certain sections to show it this is leaking some very serious chemicals. And for those of you asking us about the whole power station over there, we'll be working on that too. Is this thing short? Is this a short cable? Yeah, because I need one of these so badly. You have no problem, no idea. The freaking cable and the other one is so freaking long. It saves the money. I have to go buy one. How short is this? Jimmy the Crickets. It's not even short enough. I mean, like a 2 inch. It's smaller, man. This is way too big. You still have to sit on this. Sorry if you want to disconnect the cable. Dropping me a little nuts over here. Come on, like that. Oh, here we go. Come on, around here. Wait till you get to the wiring. So this system's going to be nice because this system's going to have an actual built-in cable management system, which means we can get underneath this thing. And it has all those sections where we can actually take all the lines that'll come from here. It's cardboard channeling. We're going to be these cardboard walls that we can channel it to go here, here, and back over here, keeping it nice and clean inside. So we're learning stuff as we go along and how to build different areas to be able to manage cables and wires and stuff, just all using cardboard. And again, these cases are really, really affordable because they're free, pretty much. Whatever you pay to put it together, that's pretty much all you're going to do. But the whole structure itself, yeah. And add a little artwork with it. This is my own personal spider art, which I freaking like with the neon for my design here. Still, this is not even done. I'm going to put a trace to this, and this is going to be all RGB setup. So if I think that's not RGB, pretty much it. Let me see. All right. I have to start getting ready to. Oh, by the way, just want to let you know, if screen paint is not your partay, or what do you want to call it? Not say partay. That's a word for that. If it's not your liking, go. Get off the channel. Because again, I'm tired of crybabies. Our technology is number one. Deal with it. That's it. Because we get people with content go, oh, but you don't worry about that. If you feel the need, and I said before, 2025, we got plenty of time. Make something with 10 videos attached to it. Make a real proven product, something that you can actually sell without being hit with a consumer fraud complaint. And reach out to us. Again, mind you, you're dealing with not one screen paint. You're dealing with 427 of them, mind you, and growing as we speak because I got more technology I'm designing as we go. So I just let you know the huge slice of pie, you're going to be basically have to cut off that pan, and hopefully you can swallow it with enough milk without choking in the process. Remember, we can engineer technology in less than 20 minutes. Something that we can basically bring up on a jar that's tested, designed to knock out certifies, ultra short those, operate in fully lit environments, even projector mapping applications can run off it. And we can do it in commercial on projectors that we don't have to depend on high-powered machines to try to fix problems that the screen can't seem to do. That's literally what you're dealing with. So again, we get people that want to hear nothing but PC talk. No, it ain't about that. I started my company in screen paint. It's going to stay in screen paint no matter what. So I have people saying, why don't you just stick to, no. How about you stick to minding your own business? Don't give me any of your advice at the end of the day, which I don't need because I know exactly what you're trying to do. You want to push me in the field of just doing computers, so that way I'll be out of the way from screen paints. No, we developed too much product at the end of the day. We're here to stay on that level. Not only am I going to be building these new machines at the end of the day, but I'll be incorporating a whole different line of gaming screen paints. We have somewhere roughly around 200 different versions of an Apex gamer that's designed to do just about anything we need to do. Ad tech has an apex on it that allows it to be able to operate in very well lit environments. That's why one of the machines that are being built literally has ad tech sprayed on the side of the glass. So that way we can pull out a portable projector and we can game with this thing anywhere we want all over Allentown. So the screens aren't going anywhere. They're here. We plan to do higher, better than that. We plan to not only, now the only people we had this gripe with, and it's surprisingly weird, it's the screen paint makers. They're the only ones that give us this nonsense. You know, we're the ones paving the way for you to have the credibility to say, hey, look, there's a guy who actually did go out and beat a physical screen. So guess what? We have that capability. No, you go the opposite way. You attack us, which now caused us to turn around and go, okay, this is what we're doing. It's like, imagine when you play a game like Lord of the Rings and you got these massive giant monsters, right? They're designed to just crush everything right in their path as the armies push through. We're there directing the path so you can get through to the other side, which is the kingdom of certified screens, which is heavily fortified. And we can make a way for you to get to that section right there. But instead, we turn around and we go, wait a minute, why are these guys attacking us? Do they know we're going in the same direction that they're going in? There you go. Now you have caused the juggernaut to turn around and attack you, which is not good. Because literally, we're designed to take out the city of certified screens, which we have done back and back to back, proved so many times. That paves the way for you. So now you've got us turned on you. We know we can knock that out with no problem. You, on the other hand, easy challenge. That's literally what you just did. So now we're in our own world. We got our own army of our different juggernauts that we're designing and building and creating. We're in our own different universe that only involves us only. We're not paving the way for anybody anymore. We are basically building our technology to become number one. Juggernauts sit there and think, why the freak am I leading the charge for this nonsense? They don't even support me in any way whatsoever. I'm just going to crush them all and become number one. There you go. Welcome to story time. Jeez. That's it. So if you come here and you're thinking at the end of the day, oh, it's just going to be to no, we do everything. You understand? We do everything. When it came to screen paints, it wasn't just the painting a screen on a wall. We had to do ceilings. We got to do floors. We got to integrate projector mapping into it, interactive technology, hologram technology, 3D technology. We do it all. Not just for inside. We had to go outside and do it. So I started doing demonstrations outside. I did everything I watched everybody else do, and I try to do it better as I was doing it. So you can see we just don't pertain to just painting something on a wall. We went way outside the box. Now, you see me building these, and you think at the end of the day, well, he's building this because he's giving. No, we're not giving anything. Are you kidding me? No, this is a new company we're building. We're building another company. I have three of these. I have two websites. I'm in the process of building a third website. This is for a whole new section. The gaming community is huge. I know because I'm in it. I game all the time. We got people that are going to sponsor our website that are heavy gamers that have sponsorship themselves. And they're going to promote our new website, Cardboard Box PCs, and the new gamer paints we're going to be designing. They're going to be beta testing a lot of our stuff with it. What better way than to have people that basically get paid for gaming to basically test our technology that's designed for gaming? Tell me you can't get any better than that. So, if you come on a channel and you're expecting it to be PC only, it's not that type of channel. We do everything. And that's what it comes down to right there. But I have people that say, you should just give up screen paint. Why? So you, at the end of the day, so you don't have to worry about getting conquered and destroyed. Look, at the end of the day, here's how it goes. It's very simple and easy. Simple. It's the simplest thing to learn in the world. Mind your business. That's it. Stay in your lane, make your product, make your money, be happy, leave my name out of it. You stick my name in it, that's the end of you. Two different ways. In a courtroom, if you break the law and you go do something against my company that you can't back up in a courtroom. And the other one is we'll come to your front door to buy your product, put it under our testing, which we put our products to. Because again, if you're going to compare your stuff to us, if you're going to say you're the same thing, then you should have to go through the brutal testing our screens are required to go through. And this is where we get the truth of all truths, the back down, which is basically cancels and removing of states and everything else you could possibly think of, committing mail fraud and all kinds of stuff to keep products from coming here. So with that being said, Whoop-de-doo. Now, let me see what we got on this board. Oh, we did get... Wait. This is not... No. This is definitely different from this one. All right. So we did get a little micro PCI Express board on here. We can actually upgrade to more solid-state drives. Kind of thinking now we might not even need this. We just literally do it all from here. What else do we get on this thing? I'm looking at this thing. We got it right there. Can't see through the plastic. That's what that little port was for. I was looking for one of these. I was actually looking for one of these with that port on. That port is really, really important. That little port right there, that allows me to actually extend the M2. So a high piece that picks up. You won't strike this. But it's a piece that fits here that allow you to run 4 more of these right here. Depending on how big that card's going to be. And the power supply is right there. There's another power supply outlet right there. Where is the headers at? Oh, good gracious. What's the deal with putting the headers right next to the freaking RAM? Sheesh. Really? Makes my nightmare trying to get into there and fix stuff. Look at that. Got one way over there in that little corner over there. Usually they used to put them right there, right on the side, right there. They used to put them right there. So easy to get access to. Now you got to go MacGruber on it. All right. And we got CPU fan there. That's USB for USB ports. The system fan should be on here somewhere. SATA drives right there. SATA outputs. Yeah. Where did the freaking stand go? What the frick are you doing over there? The only one to do it. What else are we gonna do it? The cat's gonna do it? But yeah, I get some interesting emails, man. You'd be surprised the emails I get, man. Well, maybe you should just stick to so and so. What, like my home screen, but theater business ain't doing well? My business is doing amazing. You do know where I'm sitting at, right? I'm not in a living room somewhere talking about, hey, this is our screen paint, so and so. I'm actually on site. I'm in commercial. I'm literally on commercial. Next month, I'm on site. I already booked my place already. I paid for it already. I booked it. I go on site, set up my stuff. Like that's what I wanted because I'm looking at these big companies and I'm looking at the videos they're showing. They're not in these homes. They're actually on site, showing them off in schools, showing off in different environments. I literally need to have that. And if I'm going to push my product here in Allentown, doing it from a house, not going to work. I mean, it's nice and all if I'm doing a home theater setup, but you have to remember, it's different categories in home theater projection screens. You got a commercial and you got basically home use. Commercials are completely different. It's a more hostile environment. You're not going to be in a school to my ambient light controlled environment. That can be in a hospital where if white screens at ambient light controlled environment. You're not going to have that. You have to literally operate with all the lights on. So there's different categories of products. But again, as I told you before, that this is where the money's at. This is where the big money's at. To get the big companies at the end of the day. Imagine if you get a contract through Dunkin' Donuts or McDonald's or whatever, compared to you get a order from a customer, 2 or 3 customers you get an order, or you get a contract from McDonald's. Which one sounds bigger? There you go. But you want to be to do both. And that's what we like to do. We can do home theater. And we have to be in an area where we do dedicated setups. Our technology in the dark is absolutely insane. You think this stuff looks insane with the lights on? Lights off. This thing could blow out a white screen easily. A white screen doesn't even stand a chance. That's why we do the splatter screens, because we can show that a white screen doesn't even come close to our technology. Big difference. And then on top of that, consider the fact that an infinity ceiling, the ones with the little lights up there, it's going to cost you $10,000 to $20,000. And then once you get it installed in, you're just looking at the same stuff over and over again, the same twinkling of lights. Hey, even if they do move, it's still boring at the end of the day. Or our technology, we can alter and change. We can literally bring in a galaxy right through your ceiling if we want. So keep in mind that the money you're going to spend for your screen roughly has to be over 100 inches if you're doing a dedicated theater room setup. You can paint your screen and your ceiling at the same time, and you can do it yourself. You get a 100% black screen, again, which is extremely important for dedicated theater rooms. There's the reason why people paint the walls dark to try to absorb the light It doesn't help, by the way. We can still see it. And then you got all that white light pushing back in your face at the end of the day, which we showed you in Mr. Mannequin. So, in the demonstrations on our technology, we can absorb all the light, even your neon lights. Everything gets absorbed into that technology, and it just pushes out the image from the projector, which you're supposed to see. And again, if you're in a dedicated theater room, in which I cannot understand this one, and you're trying to achieve that contrast level, which is needed, because last time I checked, Darth Vader's outfit is not gray, as I said before, it is actually black. You're not reading that. I don't care what projector you get. I don't care if you spend $90,000, $100,000. The fact you got to spend all that money to begin with is pretty bad. When we're doing that $10, you're not reading that at all. Period. So when we fire up at a screen in a theater room, the entire environment is ultra black. I can have my walls white in there, and it still won't reflect off that screen. And then on top of that, we can do the ceiling too, which again saves a lot of money, $10,000 to $20,000. And then your ceiling can change out. Oh, wait, let me tell you about the beautiful part about it is. One of the things I've seen in dedicated theater room show-offs is I've seen people with the most beautiful decorations ever. Gorgeous chairs and all kinds of movie posters and old-fashioned vintage film projectors. But here's the problem. You can't show off both. If you turn your lights on with the gray and white screen, that suffers. It still suffers in the dark either way. So it suffers. So you have to have the lights off, but you can't show off your cool stuff at the end of the day. With our technology, you can have the lights on. You can watch the universe run right back and forth across your ceiling, and also to watch your screen no matter what size you choose, which I've done in video demonstrations. Now, give me a gray or white screen paint, even a gunmetal that can be attached to a ceiling. Certified screens aren't going up there because, again, they are physical screens. They can't attach to the ceiling. Can't walk on those things because you'll crack and damage the screen. So that's not going to happen at all, period. And you're definitely not taking that thing outside. And again, most of them are not even ultra short throw compatible, which means you have to spend more money for a projection screen that is ultra short throw compatible. You have to understand this. When you're spending money for certified, just because if it says it's ultra short throw compatible, this will cost you more money because it's an extra option. That's why. You'll pay a lot more money for the ultra short throw. Ours, you don't do that because I don't know how screen paint can't be ultra short throw. I don't get that. I still don't even understand how your product is not ultra short throw. House paint is ultra short throw compatible. The difference is when you're showing off ultra short throw any other projector, and you say, well, my screen is compatible, it picks up. It picks up, yeah. It's the quality of what you're going to receive or what the projector is designed to put out that your screen is not allowing you to be able to receive. That's why we do the splatter screen effect to give you an idea of literally how much of your picture is gone. Now, if I did that on a standalone, you would look at that and go, oh, it looks fine. But if I were to stick that splatter screen up there with that superior technology, you would go, gee whiz, I'm really looking at that. That's what you're actually seeing. So that's what I see when I look at your screens. I see a washed out, faded, poor image, no contrast, and it sits in the dark on a projector that costs far more than mine. There you go. There you go. That's what I see every day when I go on YouTube. Same thing every single time. Now I'm going to get to this real quick. And I say this because I try to explain to my customers exactly, stop dealing with that ambient controlled nonsense on a projector that literally you spent that much money for. Why are you sitting in a dark environment with an ultra short throw kissing a screen? Literally, you're kissing the screen. We're at long throws in here. Your distance throw doesn't even exist at that point when you're that close to the screen. So why in the world are you sitting in the dark? Especially if you're trying to show a contrast level off when a projector has a ridiculous high contrast rating on it. What are you doing in the dark with that thing? People have businesses. I mean, I go in your businesses all the time and sit down here and I see your white screens tucked away in this little dark corner area. So basically, you can get it to produce better on a projector that costs, again, far more than mine. So when we kick off in January, I got a couple places I'm going to be showing off. I can go into these establishments and say, hey, we're here, here, here. These are known locations we're going to be at that they're very familiar with. They say, hey, we're here, we're there, we're there. That gives us the credibility to say that, okay, you work in commercial environments. We can see your stuff can operate. Because right now for them, they're using white screens and they're not working for jack. And they figure if they spend the money for a more high-powered projector, which most people think, this will fix it. And it's not going to fix it. I can literally go in there with a splatter screen or put a mark on their screen, and my stuff will pull up and their stuff won't. On the projector they paid all that money for. And consider the fact how easy this is going to be for my company. And I'll tell you why. Because we spent the time developing our technology under cheap, low-grade 720p projectors, which means majority of the environments we're going to walk into, those projectors are way more advanced than ours. It's a cakewalk for our technology. We're used to using so much lower. So an 8K projector at 5,000 lumens is a cakewalk for that technology over there. Yeah, made it easy for us. Extremely easy. I'm like, wait, that's a projector you're using? Really? It's a 4K laser. Yeah, lasers on that stuff look insane. So there you go. Yep, easy sale. Easy sale. I'm going to make a ton down here, 8 ton. But before we can do that, we need to set up to be on more commercial areas. And commercial areas that know us. And we go and say, yeah, so-and-so and so. Yeah, they've been here. Screens look incredible. We're going to get them done over here. There you go. Just one of them, and that's it. We got ad tech already set up at 4 different stores to be displayed in their high traffic areas. I chose 4 different areas in different parts of Allentown, so that way they're getting advertisement in all these different points areas. We got all kinds of stuff set up for 2025. We're good to go. All right, let me get to this. I got a company to build around this right now. Literally, we're building a whole company around gaming technology. I love gaming screen paint. I told you, it's one of the parts I like about, because I get the game and test out stuff and build all kinds of cool stuff. So we got these floor mats coming out. We got a mat system coming out that we're developing. One of the technologies we're engineering is going to be for Good Shepherd. Sorry, pumpkin pie. Good Shepherd is a really rehabilitation center. I was up there. I was doing a lot of research and talking to people up there. And so people have handicap, people learning how to walk for the first time. People are having complications at the end of the day with motivation skills. So I was talking to somebody up there, and I thought it'd be a cool idea. We take these gym mats down here, convert them with ad tech. Ad tech has a roll-on application attached to it. So it does multiple things. We can code it, we can spray it. And the interactive technology I'm getting with the Epson projector coming in, so I can learn from that technology and understand how it fully functions. That way I can put that application to a floor that will allow people to come in and do games off the floor to help them with motivation, activities to help them, better themselves or help themselves. She thought it was a fantastic idea. Mind you, the technology has to be able to operate in a fully lit environment. You can't have somebody who's learning how to walk, trying to walk in an environment that's dark because the screen can't read. And again, with the projectors we use, like that Epson and you see over there, they're cheap. They don't have to spend a lot of money for expensive projectors. And we've shown that before. One of the most impressive demonstrations that get us a lot of business is that window display. The fact that we talked to the owners, which had more than enough money to go out and spend the money for a very expensive projector, but was not required. I got 2 Chrissy LW400s, which I'm going to be using on site. One of them on site. I'm going to do a portrait on site, and I haven't done that yet. And they were able to get 2 of them for $400. And we were able to show screens all over the environment using acoustic technology, using front and rear technology, and even showing that basically we're able to push a 150-inch screen through a window at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with the owner outside looking at it. There's a difference between when you're selling a product, and we'll get off topic, this is both our companies either way. When you're selling a product, what people don't understand and where they miss the point at, you have to show why your product is going to show an improvement on something that they're not receiving. As I saw in the church demonstration, he's already in the dark. That's why he has the white screen issues. You can't get him to read. And you see the blue popping up over the screen. Whatever lead lights he has in there is running blue, it's ricocheting off the screen. The screen is reading all this blue. That's why it's coming up blue. You can't sit there and say, oh, there's an improvement here. He knows there's no improvement here because he's back to square one. It may have a slight little hiccup and bump, but still at the end of the day, he's still at square one. He needs a screen to be able to operate in a fully lit environment without any complications or problems. That's what he needs. He couldn't care less if the color was this, that, and the other. He needed to operate in a fully lit environment. So you have to give them exactly what they asked for and more. You can't say, okay, well, it's in the dark over here, and it's somewhat, it looks an improvement. No, you have to show what they're working, what they want to get from you. If you're going to a dealership to get something on your car, you're getting new wheels on your car, right? You got these new wheels you want them to hook these new wheels up. And they come back and they install wheels that look exactly like the wheels you already have on your car. Would you consider it to be an upgrade? No. Why would you put the same wheels on that I came here with? I didn't want these. I wanted these wheels. These are the upgrades. But no, but you understand. These look remarkable next to these. But there you go. There you go. And that's why, if you saw by his body language, he was not happy. He was upset. Because if he figures he's got partial lighting on in the environment. As he said, it's not fully lit in there. He's got partial lighting in there. And this screen is basically no lights on this section over here. We can't turn the lights on fully because if this thing is already having an issue where it needs to be in the dark, what's going to happen when we turn these lights on? There you go. So he got cheated, and that's how he felt. That's why if you notice, when a person's talking business to you, as you're speaking to them, and people understand how business functions and works, when someone's talking to you, they don't turn their back and walk away from you. They keep eye contact with you, and they talk to you. As a matter of fact, they'll walk over to you and have this conversation instead of shouting back and forth. They'll walk right up to you and have this conversation. I do business here all day long. If a person did that to me, I'm walking out the door because that shows a line of disrespect. If I'm having a conversation with you, I'm trying to explain something to you, we need to be right up close to close. First things first, he's on the stage and he's trying to figure out what's going on and how to get this fixed. So you can see him pacing back and forth. He should have been on the stage with him. It's not his fault. He's not doing bad business. The other one is. If you're doing the installment, the installer needs to be on the stage where he's looking, where everything's going on, communicating with the person who purchased the item to figure out exactly how to fix whatever solution needs to pop up. Not halfway across the other side yelling back to him. That's very unprofessional. Maybe because you didn't want to hear everything that he was thinking at the end of the day, because he probably would have told you a lot more about what he's not liking about the situation. That does not work. Now, if I walked into the smoke shop and I say, okay, what do you need here? We need screens to replace TVs. Okay. And I stick them in an environment that's ambient light controlled, that's dark. How does that help them? That's not what they wanted. It's the reason why they're avoiding not getting a TV, because they thought our screen paint could operate. If I lied, our screen paint could operate in a fully lit environment, when technically it didn't. And I'm trying to convince them it looks better this way. It doesn't work that way in a commercial. You can fool people and residential homes and stuff like that this is the way it's got to be, and they'll deal with it. But not in no commercial, you won't. If you don't have proper lighting in your environment, especially in your fire exits, you can get hit by zoning. You can be fined. So the area has to have a certain amount of light in it. Unless you want to stick to nightclubs or something like that, some area that requires to be in the dark all day. But anyway, yeah, we had to go in there and show a screen that could operate in a fully lit environment. And pushing a screen through a window is impressive. It was impressive for him because we told him we could do it. Oh, yeah, we can push an image right through that window if we want to. And I walked down to him, everything we can do. We can put a screen here, 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 and I can put a screen right through that window if I want to. You got to back up what you say. So when I walked in there, I put a screen everywhere I pointed my hand, and I put one right through that window. And I did it with a cost that didn't cost him a lot of money. He got an improvement, an upgrade, because he can see that the screens were operating better than the TVs in the environment, and that means he can have always lights on, and spend any money for some LCD screens, some high-power LED screens, and all that stuff, and he can basically advertise through his glass for having some decal sticker run across. You have to show improvement. Yeah. And posted that video thinking he was going to get good marks on it. No. We got marks on it from people who don't understand technology. When I watch people and I look at his videos and I see the comments at the bottom, these are people who don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, y'all don't know what you're talking about. Y'all don't know jack at the end of the day, because I've been y'all sites. Anyone posted at the bottom, I've actually gone to your YouTube channel and I've looked at your setups. Every single one of you sit in these dark environments with these high-powered projectors, but yet we're over here at $60 at 150 inches and another 140 inches outside on the Optima GT 5500. My customers' demonstrations are better than yours. My customers outside watching MMA, racing outside, watching sea turtles swim across the ocean outside. And you guys are sitting in these super dark environments. There you go. Get what you paid for. And the other customer from the other guy is sitting in a super ultra dark environment with a black screen claiming to pull contrast level in a dark environment. He can't even explain the screen because he don't even know what it is. So you get what you pay for. That's what it comes down to. And if you're going to be developed, when I make these speeches and I talk about this stuff at the end of the day, it's to educate two classes of people. The customer, stop settling for this dumb nonsense at the end of the day. Stop getting ripped off on your projector at the end of the day. Get what you paid for. You want all those pretty colors to pop off the screen? You want to look just like, like the promo demonstration? You want to be using the fully lit environment with your screen washing down or fading? Well, and that's where you got to contact us. What are we not hooked up over here? Ugh. I'm not even plugged in. Yep, that's where you contact us. Unless you feel like getting ripped off all day. Keep in mind, they can't even give you a guarantee that it works. So how does that work? You can't even get a guarantee. Boy, that thing looks hot. So that's another thing too. No guarantee. Yeah, no guarantee that thing works. I can contact you right now and say, hey, look, how you got a guarantee? How do you know that thing actually works? I can send you a paint literally to your front door and it'll match your stuff. Easily, because it's not tested. There's no tester underneath of it. That's the first thing you do. When you buy a refrigerator, you just go out and buy one? No, you do a whole lot of freaking research because it's an investment. Something you're going to have for a long time, hopefully. Hopefully you have it for a long time. So it's an investment at the end of the day. So you're going to make sure you get a good refrigerator, right? Air conditioner, oven, stuff like that. You're going to be using for a very long time. So even your projector. Do a ton of research on your projector. What's going on my projector, by the way? Oh, we are on. Okay. My cat, Mr. got Bob to fix it. He's pulling out cables. So I called him one time, pulling the cable out. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we pulling cables out? There we go. So yeah, you gotta make sure your stuff works. All right, let me get to this. I spent an hour talking about that the other day. But it is part of our company, by the way. So it's not basically, we educate people on what they need to do when you're buying setups. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna be doing pretty soon eBay segment on teaching you how to buy off eBay. YouTube. I'm gonna look at some tropical fish while I'm working. Oh, by the way, Black Friday sale is going to be ending. We're going to end it late December the 1st. I forgot that was Cyber Monday. So after that, everything goes back. Those you place orders, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Those people at the end of the day got a more advanced projection screen. They're going to be to do things on their screen that you can never be able to do on a projector that you spent money for that you will never be able to see at its full potential. Mind you, my projector cost me $10 here. So, I mean, we got people at the end of the day that are skeptical. The skeptical ones are like, I don't know. And just go ahead, be skeptical. But all you have to do is go into my channel, look at any of my demonstrations. You can see right there from the door, no one matches their stuff. We put out tons of challenges. As a matter of fact, that's what we're literally going to put on the page. All the challenges that we put out for other people to do, and it's never been met. And I'm not talking just two individuals. I put those challenges out for certified too also. Let me see where we want to go. Oh, look at that hootie owl. That hootie owl. He's also hootie. Extra hootie. Mega hootie. Oh, let me get Tropical fish, screensaver. There we go. See that? Easy. All the lights on, just like that. That's what my customers are used to. My customers are used to the, products actually working, not being stuck in dark environments because you're afraid you turn your lights on, your screen's on, disappear. And they get what they pay for when it comes to their projectors. Look at that. I can watch the game from here if I want to. That's what you want from your projector. Let me see. You definitely have to do some cutting. So I got to pick up that spot over there. We need to glue for this thing too. We got to actually glue this thing down. It's not even actually glued down at all, period. Where's the knife at? Knifey. And Doug. Let me see. Get some glue today. We got to go out and get some glue. And start working on that. There's a knife. All right, motherboard. And I tell you all that because, again, the reason why, because we got to get our company known. That's what we're working on. That's what I'm setting up all these different places to go to. But I'm getting my company out there. So we can have people say, okay, look, I don't have to be stuck in an ambient controlled environment. I have to be stuck in the dark. I don't have to spend that much money for projectors. Not required. Do you know how many times I bump into a customer and we have this conversation like, man, if I had found out that you existed, I wouldn't have spent the money for the projector. I could have saved some money. Yeah, a lot of money. All right, let's get this done because we got things to do. Wait, you're upside down, buddy. So all your cords are gonna be right here. Where we got a pen? We got no pen here. Where are the pens? No, because I'm working with this stuff now. I need to get some white Sharpies because, man, that would work out. Just grandy. With a bowl of brandy. Just grandy. But yeah, I just tell you all that because, again, like I said, you're getting the same nonsense. They're going to tell you it's protocol. They're feeding you nonsense. They're going to tell you at the end of the day, oh, if you get this projector, the projector's going to do everything you need. It's going to give you the contrast. It's going to give you the color. It's going to do all the work for you. You don't have to do that much. And they're going to introduce you to buying a white screen. I bump into a lot of those customers. And they go through the same thing that I went through when I first purchased my projector, my BenQ MS 800, 500. I'm going to get me one of those too. Because, again, it's my first projector. I got to get it again. But anyway, that's what I thought. When I talked to the guy over at, where did I buy that projector at? Newegg. I got it at Newegg. And they sat there and said, no, that projector is going to be able to give you all the colors and the contrast and everything. I'm like, wow, can't wait to get this thing. And I got it in. FedEx delivered it. And I wanted to go pick it up. And, man, I turned that thing on when I hit the wall. I was like, oh. Mind you, I was coming off high-grade 1080p monitors for my PC. Made my PC part look like trash. I was like, this is not going to work. So, yeah, I need both hands for this. So, yeah, you're not going to get exactly what you want to get. If you think your projector at the end of the day is going to fix the problem, it's not going to happen. That's the problem. A lot of people go through that. You really do believe that. Give me a high enough. I'll spend a lot of money. We got a one right here. Oh, we do got one right there. Make sure we have one right there. Don't lose a finger, Bob. Do not lose a finger. We need the fingers. But anyway, yeah, they go through that. Sad but true. And I watched it in Best Buy. The guy sold that $5,000 projector. And literally told it the white screen was going to fix it. Like the white screen, you don't just need a basic white screen. Yeah, they'll be contacting us. That's the reason why we need to get ourselves more well known. And that's the reason why I come on here and I try to educate you and tell you that they're lying to you. We do all these demonstrations to show you that you're not going to get exactly what you think you're going to get. And this helps the customer. It helps them a lot. Telling them look for batch numbers, extremely important. It angers people at the end of the day that won't test their products. It angers them. It upsets them. It does. But also, too, it helps the customer because the customer needs to be armed with information. If you knew the same thing that a mechanic knew at the end of the day, how easy would it be for you to shop for a car? Would it be harder or easy? It'd be easier because you would know everything you're saying. This is why when I go in, my sister wants to buy this PC for her son, and I listen to the guy talk to her about all this stuff at the end of the day, and I'm asking him questions. He left the floor. He came back with somebody else. It ain't going to help. I know what I'm talking about at the end of the day. And I start showing the stuff that I built and stuff I put together. Yeah, buddy, you got one of them in here with you. So can't read all that nonsense for me telling me that this graphic card is going to do this and this, the CPU is going to do that. And at the end of the day, because I know for a fact that when y'all build PCs, especially when I on eBay, what I was impressed about eBay PC builds, they gave you a lot of amazing parts with it. But some of these places like Best Buy, man, and Walmart sometimes sells them from time to time. These are dinky PCs, man. They'll give you like, maybe you'll get a good, maybe you get a CPU. It's either one way or another. You get a good CPU and you get some RAM, but the motherboard will be trash. Power supply is going to be either or, probably like 500 watts or a little bit more than that, which means sometimes they may be barely scraping it between what's going to use what in power. You're going to swap it either way. Or they'll skimp you on RAM, give you a good motherboard and a good graphic card, but they're not going to put on a heavy graphic card without it costing you a couple of grand. So again, you're just better off putting the whole thing together yourself. Basically, you can specify exactly how you want it done, or find somebody who builds it at the end of the day and they can do it for you, or tell you what you need to buy from the door. That's what you need to do. It's like trying to find somebody who's going to give you the honest opinion on what you need to put in your PC is the same equivalence of trying to find an honest mechanic that's going to tell you right from the door without extra charging you extra. People that are mechanics, that are good old boys at the end of the day, and I mean good old boys, I mean people that will come in and won't rip you off. They love what they do at the end of the day. They respect their job. It's not a way to rip people off. Those people at the end of the day are gold. My brothers, at the end of the day, you find yourself a good mechanic, you never let them go at all. Because they'll be honest with you. They'll tell you right from the door what's wrong with your car. And they will fix the car, not cause other problems so you have to come back. People meet them all the time. And then you meet the good mechanics at the end of the day that basically do exactly what they're going to do. So same thing there. Somebody can come in there knowing you don't understand that machine because of all the parts and wires and stuff and tell you anything. You could be replacing parts that don't even need to be fixed. So when they come in, when they went to Geek Squad and they were like, they're asking about the things they had in there, I was like, come on, man, you can put a 500 gigabyte hard drive in there? Freaking the PlayStation 5 has a bigger hard drive than that, even with the OS hitting the system. Yeah, what the frick I'm gonna do with 500 gigabytes? Are you kidding me? Like literally, but say, but no, but you can upgrade. Yeah, but that's extra money I got to take out of my pocket on a system I just spent $1,800 for. I literally should have that in there for $1,800 in there. Oh, we got no liquid cool system in here? Why? So liquid cool system's like what, $34 at the most? You get a cheap one. One single with a 120 millimeter fan on it. Yeah, $37. I paid $54 for these over here. So yeah, that what they're chalking it up for, you're paying more for labor parts. That's pretty much what you're paying for. Overcharge parts. That's pretty much it. Yep. They show me their builds at the end of the day, and their builds are pretty much just basic PCs. That's what it is. A PC just put together and that's it. And I show my stuff at the end of the day, and my stuff's way different than theirs because I mod. Yes, we mod. That's what we do. And other people at the end of the day, I'm part of the modding community because they mod too. There's different types of modders. You got case modders and you got program modders. Guys that go in and change the game. I love hanging around with those guys, and they do the coolest stuff to a video game you have ever seen in your entire life. So those guys are pretty fun to be around. So what are we modding today? Oh, Left 4 Dead? Man, everybody's going to have fly swatters. Electric fly. These are the funniest things to games ever. I love it. Somebody's doing something cool, interesting outside. All right. Cutting our bays. But anyway, you want to make sure you get it, and you don't want to get ripped off. Either way. Let me move my other PC over here. I need some room. Bam. That PC is freaking sick. I freaking love that baby so much. Look at that. That thing is sick. Oh, that thing is not. It's not even done yet. It's not even done. This is going to go pretty soon because I said we got some hardwares with. Oh, part of it. That thing is freaking sick. I freaking love that. I can't believe I got to pay for a case. No more. No, I'm not paying for any more cases. I'm done. Oh, I forgot. We do got to pay for a case. We got to pay for 2 cases. Unfortunately, we have to pay for 2 cases. So the PC we're building that basically has the portable with the ad tech on the glass, gaming ad tech. Yeah, that one basically it has to be portable. We have to build that one. And is there another one you're supposed to build? I think that's it. That's what we need to build. Because my i9 and my 5090, the people worrying about the 5090 not having enough room. Or they went to that same thing with the 49s. Like, there's enough room to put this thing in here. Oh, I'm gonna have the room. I'm gonna build my own case for it. Do I need the pressure? Doesn't have to be that high. It can literally be a little bit. Where's your knife at, buddy? Oh. All right, let me get this cut. Got time to be in the ER. But you know. Well, that's why. All right, that's our port for here. From there to there. That's where the port's going to be. And no, it doesn't have to be neat. This is going to be an overgrown design. Everything is designed to look corroded and damaged. So it doesn't make a difference. Over there, on the other hand, that has to be neat. Those have to be neat. These have to be neat. Different build. We want this thing to look damaged. Oh, it's been here for a while. It has to look corroded. It has to look like, there's parts sparking off of it, or we've had basically electrical shortage. All that has to look like this. We have to bring this thing to life. Just like we did that one over there. And that one over there. That's what we have to do. And that over there. Yep. So keep in mind that I'm going to be educating people on what they need to buy and what they should buy. Everywhere. On every site that I go to. Helping them to understand at the end of the day that do not rely on the lies of someone telling you that your projector will fix the problem, because it will not do this. At all. Period. Have to have both Like I told you before, same thing I'm telling you right now. It's the same speech I'm going to have out there too. The equally yoked, the two oxen in the field plowing. So that's in the Bible too. But anyway, you have to have equal. If you have one big ox and one small ox, it makes it impossible for you to plow. So it doesn't work. But if you have two big oxes, and if you got two small oxes at the same size, it makes it easier. So same thing applies to your projection screen. In order for that projector right there to run at $10, 720p XGA, and with no HDMI peripherals on the side of it at all, period, in order for it to run in this fully lit commercial environment, that screen is going to have to work. If it doesn't, then guess what? This projector doesn't work anymore. If I take a white sheet of paper and stick it up there at a splatter screen, this projector doesn't work anymore. It only works when our technology allows it to be able to see the screen. As I said before, let's give you an idea. I like to back these up because it's kind of hard to. Oh no, where's the splatter screen at? What am I doing? Ooh, what you got? What do you got? Oh, did we put it over there? We did put it over there. Yeah. Let's get a white sheet of paper. I got it somewhere blocking the heat vents because it gets hot in here. We don't need the heat vents on. It's way too hot. So let's stick you here for a minute. There we go. A white sheet of paper. I always get the hole when people see it. They get the hole where they walk up and touch the screen because, they're used to being in the dark all the time. They're not used to being in a fully lit environment like this. The first thing they come, they go, wow, you got a lot of lights on here, don't you? Like, you ever do? They're not used to seeing a lot of light. You're coming out of a dark environment. You're coming out of your restaurant, your business. You're in a dark environment looking at that screen. Look at him. The curiosity's already kicked in. What is it? I have to understand. I have to take it up. No, you did. I just put that thing together. Joker. Look at you trying to figure out how that works, little monster. See what I mean? But they'll tell you that, hey, buy a high power projector. A high power projector, spend all this money, and it'll take that image from the high power projector and make your screen look absolutely amazing. You ain't getting any of that. I've seen too much of it. I've seen so many storefronts and so many businesses and did with so many customers who want that same thing. And you'll go to a forum site and you'll ask why in the world you can't get your projector to operate, and they'll advise you to calibrate. And you will calibrate. Some of you just won't do it at all, and you just stay in the dark. But you figure the calibration is going to allow you to use your screen in a fully lit environment. It's going to adjust the colors to make them look better. And that's not going to work. You're still going to be stuck in the same dark environment. If you turn your lights on, your screen doesn't function. So you think the best image you're going to get with the lights out, which we can show you in demonstrations, even with your lights out, your stuff doesn't even work. So again, yeah, you have to buy from us because we're the ones who make this technology. And again, we make our technology affordable so our customers can have the most best screens they could possibly have. And again, if you don't believe me, you can check out my customer reviews because my customer screens are far better than everybody else's. Yep. That's why my customers always buy from us, because the first when they see our technology, they go, wow, it looks exactly the same way. I even had customers come over to my house when I was up in Habington Town, walk right in and say, wow, it looks just like on YouTube. Yeah, just like on YouTube. No controlled environments, none of that nonsense. Mine, they came down any time of the day. And in the video demonstrations, you see me turning my screens up 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. My screens are all operating downstairs. No problem. No dark environments, none of that stuff. Just like we're in the office. Got all the lights on. Lights are pretty bright, aren't they? All right. All right, let me see. That's good. We need a platform for this. Like, do we even have a platform for that? Well, we did have one with the tiny button that came in. It's right there. It's actually right there with a tiny button for it right there. You can use it for anything. They gave me a driver with the motherboard, like a driver. Really? I think we can hopefully go online and download the driver. That would be nice. But if not, we'll have to hook up an optical drive with it. Well, if we get the Dell and scrap it for parts, it comes with an optical drive, so we can just preload it on there, strip everything out, take it out, drop in the motherboard, leave the optical drive and everything intact. So technically, we're just going to strip everything out of the Dell. We're going to strip the motherboard out of the Dell and RAM and all when we need the RAM. We're going to strip out the motherboard because we don't need and can't use it. And we're going to replace it with the ITX in their case. And then basically, because it has an optical drive hooked up to it, just run this through it, give the motherboard already. Okay, once that, because we go through this whole process of reconnecting. Once it goes through already being loaded up onto our hard drive, then we're going to go in and make a copy onto a flash drive so we have it. And we have to worry about going back to that. The disk. This is why you won't have these anymore in your PlayStation unit, because it's an obsolete. They don't use these anymore. No optical drive. I know. Reality hurts. You have to deal with it. When I say that, people get mad and leave like, how dare you? The optical drive will be with us forever. Yeah, you keep on believing that. Some people said the same thing about the 8-track player, too, in the car. It'll be here forever. I'm never going to switch over to cassette. Never. Ever. And then they switch over to cassette, and it's better music. And you got cassette player people at the end of the day telling me, no, I'll never switch over to CD. Ever. I won't do it. I refuse to do it. And then they switch over to CD because all the cars got CD players. And you find a really old one and still got the cassette player in it. And that's really old. And then you turn around and you go, I'm going to stay with CD forever. I'm never going to switch over. Now you got satellite radio. Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. Technology, it works this way. Either you roll with it or you get crushed with it. People that are basically developing these components to go inside of your car so you can have music in it have to update their technology with what's coming out. They can't sit there and try to still produce an 8-track player or a cassette player in the car. Their cars won't. No car dealership will basically sign contracts to have their parts integrated into their machines. It's not going to happen. Got to upgrade. Unless you're doing a vintage or something like that. But other than that, no. So since you got to upgrade, that means you got to make better technology. That's why I can't see any people on these gray screens at the end of the day. Stuck in these dark environments, doing something was done 10 years ago. It was actually impressive 10 years ago. But now today it's not. Or white screens. Now, white screens have been around since the silent era. You know that, right? That's how old they are. They've been around since the silent era. I mean, before sound was administrated too. Before the silver screen too. Computer, the silver screen was first. No. Silver screen wasn't first. It was a white screen. It was first. Silver screen came in later. But anyway, yeah, your white screens have literally been around since the silent era of movies. That's literally how long a white screen has been around. And the reason why the white screen is going to continue to stay around forever is because it's the cheapest screen to paint over. If you go out and you buy a screen, 2 screens, unnamed brand, one's gray and one's going to be white. You're going to pay more money for the gray, of course, than the white screen. Probably pay $100 more or $50 more. Either way, you're going to pay more. So people just buy the white screen. It's the cheapest screen. You can paint over top of it. You know what I mean? You're done. That's it. Why are you going to sit there and spend $50 for a screen that's gray that you're going to paint over anyway and spend more money for? That's why the white screen's always going to be around. That's why. And if people making these great paints don't wake up and smell the coffee and don't realize that their product is going to become obsolete, they're just stuck to repeat. I can't say history, and there's no history on that particular part, but it's just going to be a bad business experience for them. Extremely bad. They already have a problem already. It's not me. I'm not your problem. Your problem is Home Depot, Lowe's, Benjamin Moore, Sherman-Williams, all of those. Those are your problems because that stuff they got in there can literally match your stuff with no problem, which we've seen happen in a demonstration. We sat there and said, and the reason why we came with the idea, because it wasn't intentionally to say, well, we're just maliciously going after this individual. We said it right there in the video. It was done due to the fact that who's to say that they may get tired of making the product. Find an easier and better solution to making it. Companies do it all the time. Find easier, more better solutions. Sometimes it hurts the product because they basically want to take from it, and sometimes it improves the product and it's easier for them to be able to make it and much more affordable. Like sending businesses overseas, to manufacture their parts. But anyway, so with that being said, you have to make sure that whatever the change is, it's not going to affect you financially, physically, and mentally at the same time. And the reason why I say this is because finding out that you literally could have went to a hardware store or paint store and bought the exact same thing that you just paid literally $60, $90, or $100 for. There's no proof that your product actually doesn't match. Anyone out there who has a great screen, how much confidence you have that that stuff won't match at regular house paint? I'm pretty sure you did the demonstration yourself. I'm pretty sure you walked right over to Home Depot and Lowe's and painted it down. Well, what do you know? Yeah, you just paid. Oh, you overpaid. Now, for those that sit there and say about me, what about me? I'm the one who started all that. I have more test demonstrations than anyone else. Yeah, what about us? Okay, with that being said, but anyway, as I said, getting back to that, you don't know what you're getting. So that's what came to mind when I'm walking through Home Depot. I'm looking at all these great paints. I'm like, now when I was coming up, there wasn't those many tones out there. Actually, wasn't really no gray paint at all. There was some grays, but not on the level. They were going lighter grays than what we have now in the different combinations. If you wanted to make great paint, pretty much you had to get the bare 1050 and black flat paint to do it. That's what you had to do. That's what everybody was doing. But now they got so many different tones, it's not even funny. Never heard of Network Gray 773 until I bumped into that stuff later on. So with that being said, you buy paint for like $100 a quart and then find out you could have literally did it for $30 or $17 a gallon. That's why that stuff needs to be tested. Same thing like black screens over there. All these black screens we have over here, that could easily be everyday black paint. Anyone can accuse of that. Oh, it's just black paint. There's nothing special about that. And literally taking someone to court for that. They're being sued for $1 million over it. They know who they are. Made that statement. That's not going away, by the way, just to let you know. We are going to definitely sue you on that one. I don't care if you do leave YouTube. You're still getting sued on it. You made a statement about my company. It wasn't true. We got to sue you for it now. $1 million lawsuit on them. But anyway, yeah, you have to do those tests. That's why when he made that statement, all the tests we do on our products is Black Dynasty paint. Every drop of it. When I went to 4 different stores, picked up Black Diamond, one called Black Magic, which I ain't a big fan of the name, but that's from Lowe's. That's the darkest one we got. We went to several locations and picked up the darkest paint they had. Blew every single one of them out of the water. Even sent them a letter telling them to send us black paint that we can put on YouTube live stream. That's why the lawsuit's near $1 million, because we literally contacted him and say, look, if you feel that my product is nothing more than black paint and you're the one making these statements, how about you send it to us and we'll do it YouTube live, because we can back our products up. That's the reason why you can't get an attorney to fight that for him, because again, there's no way around that one. Somebody sends a letter to your front door and say, hey, look, it's certified, you sign for it, and say, hey, look, you're making all these statements about our products, okay? How about this? How about you send it down to us and we'll do it YouTube live stream so everybody can see it to show that we have nothing to hide. And they never send it. And then you do multiple demonstrations asking them to send it down, and they still don't send it. After 9 requests, nothing comes up. You know what that looks like in a courtroom? That looks extremely bad. That means your attorney will not touch you at all, because he knows 100% you are going to lose that case. Because the first thing the judge is going to ask, well, why didn't you apply to Mr. Byrd's request? He asked you to send him down black paint, and you're the one that made the statement. Why didn't you just send it down? You would have outed him right there if he was lying. He has nothing to say for that. So therefore, judgment's going to be for $1 million. Careful about saying things out of your mouth. I warn people about that. Yeah, we got that coming up. Federal court. $1 million. If you can't pay that thing off, mind you, the interest on that thing is ugly. So yeah, don't make statements, things you can't back up because people can drag you into court. That's what happened to that mayor who sat there and said those voting machines were faulty and went out there and spread all these lies about this voting company, and he got hit with $149 million lawsuit. He can't pay this up. He is actually worth $50 million. He doesn't have that money. They're liquidating his stuff as we speak. Yeah, they brought him into court, told him, "Oh, you got to surrender your stuff. We want all your townhouses. We want your businesses. We want everything." They're going to take it all from him. And at the age he's at right now, come on, man. That's not the time to be doing some dumb stuff. That's retirement money, man. That's living life good until it's your time to go. You know what I mean? Hope he saves on top of that. That's very important. That's more important than that money. But anyway, that's what people do. People build up for that retirement. And he had it at $50 million. And now he owes $100 million plus whatever interest they're going to tack onto that nightmare. And they're seizing his stuff. They're taking it from him. Either you surrender or we come get it. And that's what's happening to him right now. You might have seen it on the news. He's a well-known well-known gentleman. Well, not a gentleman for what he just did. But anyway, he was the mayor. Put his weight on hint. What are you doing? On hint. Oh, it fell off. He was the mayor of New York City. Used to be. You figured out. But yeah, he got hit with $149 million because he made lies up, spread lies about a company. And when he went to court, he had no way to prove it. And he lost. Yeah, they can go up that high. And I know it sounds like an insanely ridiculous number, but yeah, they can literally go that high. Again, just don't make statements at the end of the day that you can't back up, and you have to worry about sitting in court and thinking about, what the freak? How am I going to get 140? He must have been going through his head like, wait, for what? I don't even have that kind of money. Yeah, you don't have it, but they're going to liquidate everything just to get close enough to it. That's what's going to happen. So, yeah, bad idea. I got to glue this down properly because it was all taped down. Yeah, that's why you don't go out and say dumb things out of your mouth. You're at the office, you don't like somebody at the office, you start spreading rumors about it, you can be sued for that. They figure out where the source is coming from, and they get you actually saying this or doing this, proof that it came from you, you're done. They take it to court, they'll sue you for defamation. Yeah, you get your shirt. You get your shirt taken from there. You'll get sued and fired at the same time. The HR is definitely going to get rid of you. Yeah. You'll get sued in the process. You take your house, take your car, take everything. Simple rumor. People think it's just a rumor. It's nothing big, and don't know that'll get you sued. Nothing like having a process server show up at your front door telling you got to go to court. Something like that. That's what I said. Why would you do it? First of all, why would you do something like that to begin with? If you want somebody doing that for you, why would you do it to somebody else? Oh shoot! Don't bump that, please. Is this glued on here? Did we glue this down? We didn't glue this down, right? I know we didn't glue this down. How did we tape that? Oh, we taped it in. Okay. Make sure you tape marks now. This thing comes apart, so I made it so I can take the whole thing apart, but I need to glue it all down. There we go. Got that song stuck in my head too now. That's a good song too. That's good music. I think it's the Platters. It's the Platters. Ah, there we go. Whole thing comes up. Because we got to glue all this stuff. This is actually secure. It's nice, but we have to glue all this down. Sorry to keep falling over, people. Are you drunk? Have you been drinking Thanksgiving? Are you drunk? Some of you guys are probably waking up from hangovers. Oh my goodness. What the freak did I do yesterday? I don't remember anything. Nothing. My mind's a complete blank. Some of y'all got lit. Mind, you live in the era of the digital age, so somebody recorded you and posted you to YouTube somewhere doing something crazy. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, that's me. Of course, you can request to have the video taken down. You can do that. But still, not before everybody makes copies of it and laughs about it. That's Uncle Frank over there dancing with wearing his wife's bikini and wearing a lampshade on his head. Frank! Frank! Yeah, funny. So I don't drink. Drinking's good and all that, but still, drink too much, you do too much. Oh, I like that line. You drink too much, you do too much. See him down there going, rah, rah, rah. What you doing back there? He's got the zoomies. He's got the zoomies. That's his half row. Rawr, rawr, rawr. Come here. Come here, you fuzzy monster, you. You little fuzzy monster. Hey, monster. Come here, monster. Monster. Here. Vicky made this for you last night. This Thanksgiving dinner. Mr. Did it fall behind there? I went inside. You turned your back on it. You turned your back on it. What are you going to do now? You got to attack it now. Attack. 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 Are you going to attack it now? Attack it for Horticle. For Horticle. You want to take it for Horticle? Horticle. Here you go. Here, try this. See if you like it. You finicky. Go ahead. See if you like it. I don't know. I can use some stuffing too. You probably want some stuffing too. One little fork. I had Thanksgiving dinner with this. I'm like, you kidding me? Sorry, people. Thanksgiving dinner. Well, I ate twice. Ate over there, and they brought back food. They made so much of it. There was so much of it. Ouch. All right. And you're probably thinking, how do you keep all that chilled? Well, there's a refrigeration unit in the kitchen. Throw it in there. People are nice. Don't touch your stuff. Never had that problem. Their drinks in there and stuff. People here are pretty nice. Everybody respects everybody's space. All right, we got port here. Power supply port is on the other side from there. We got to go pick up glue. We have to glue all this together. Apparently, you're finding out with the hot glue guns, you have to have different sizes for different guns for them to fit in. Because not, you get an overload if it's spilling all over the place and you damage it, which I just damaged one. So I saw one over from Family Dollar for like $5, so I'm gonna pick it up. And I got plenty of the ones that fit that one. So that's not a problem at all. And then we have the ports here for this and here. Okay, make sure we have that. And we have to feed all that through too. That's not a problem. The interface plate's going to be a little bigger. So it's going to be here, here, and here. It's going to have all the peripherals in it. All this is going to connect from there to there. So we have to make that. We have to cut it out for everything we're going to need. First, we got to figure out what we're going to be running first before we start cutting anything out. And let me see. Well, first, I'm going to get this paint job done for this. With the paint job done for this. Let me see. What color is black and orange mix? Oh, that would work perfectly fine. We need to pick up some more black. Some money. Some black. Let me some our own. I need something to paint this over right now. So black and orange gives off a kind of a rust look to it. We got orange. We need to get some more black. We're out of black right now. So yeah, we're gonna make our own mixture today. On mixture of colors. If we can't get what we want, we shall build it. Yeah. Yeah, really. If all the things to hook, I would hook that. Definitely. Gotta go out and get some stuff. Let me see. Man, we need some bowls too on top of that. Some no bowls that we can mix up together. Let me turn this thing off. Where's the freaking remote control for that thing? Desk is already turned into the desk of chaos already. Get this cleaned up. But definitely got to make our own because I need to coat that. Get that process started. So at least I'm showing something at the end of the day. I need to see progress. If I don't see progress, I feel like I'm getting lazy people at the end of the day. So we must show progress. And this has to be painted to also too today. And we must get that done. Then I want to do more demonstrations on this. And I have to start the prep job on getting this ready, which I was supposed to have done with this one, but I didn't get a chance to do it. And then we have 2 more screen paints we have to develop, which is a silver technology, which is absolutely going to be gorgeous. By the way, they come in glass containers, just so you know. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. I got a ton of testing to do behind that. Yippee-ki-yay and all that good stuff. Then I got to be on site. I'm going to try to get on site every month. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get on site every month. I'm going on site to show something off. Because we'll have all the equipment in to do it. I just have to do is just pay the lift, go up, pop in. Pay the lift, pop in, pop. And that way I can build my website. I'm going to have website commercial video demonstrations. How we can work and improve your company's performance. Yes, sir. All right. We should learn the mixing of the colors. The colors of the mixing. Yes. Now I have to go pick up some black paint today and some glue. We got some things to do. And like I said, in this whole process, people, what we do here, you're going to learn a lot of cool stuff. Have you been to the Crystal Witch site? Have you been to the how-to page? Oh, there's so much stuff on there. We got some more stuff let me load it on there. I got so many different forms of LED lights that I've worked with, man. I can tell you so many different cool stuff you can do with that. That's a LED light display right there. Excuse me, right there. Get a chunky there. That's a LED light display. Painted over LED lights. I actually had a room that I had was all white, and it was LED lights through the entire environment, but you couldn't see it because they were all painted over. Can't damage them. And those are not weatherproof, by the way. We painted over all of them. And then when you turn the lights on, the whole thing would display. It was the coolest thing ever. And that's where we got the idea to do this because we did it already. That right there is our light box. But yeah, you can hide them. You know how you see the white strips in between? Yeah, you can hide all that to blend into your interior, but only the lights will push through when you turn them on. Looks freaking sick. Yeah, did a video demonstration on. Yes, you can paint over LED lights. So that's the kind of stuff we have on the site. On top of that, we have people getting orders off the site. Yeah, because we actually brought back, sorry about that, the 39 Black Widow. And it's selling like a crazy. It's selling like a crazy. Oh, wait. Let me clear this up real quick. We have to put this in here real quick. This is for the naysayers only. So you think because people are dropping off left and right because of our technology, you're thinking that bottom line is that's the reason why our product you feel doesn't exist? I've been here before you were here. I've already stood the test of time. I've had multiple companies. I've made multiple products. I've been on multiple platforms. I have been here before you. This is to the naysayer. We're talking to them, not to the customers, the naysayers. Because we speak to them too all the time. Naysayer, do you understand my reputation and what I do? You've already seen the destruction of these are people who follow these individuals that are here no more. You've already seen the destruction at hand of what we do, right? All right, then. I have been here longer than you. I have been here through certified screens and so many different screen paints and so many form sites. It's not even funny. And I plan to be here a lot longer. I still have my legacy technology to launch. Not even done. We're not even started anything yet. This is just getting warmed up. We're on a whole different platform. No longer in the home front anymore, on a commercial environment. Boom! Getting it done. So, again, I'm going to outstand everybody. That's what's going to happen. And my technology is going to be number one. Now, this is the sad thing about it. You think screen paints, the ones that we actually basically came in contact with, are considered to be near our equal or challenge. We do certify. A certified black diamond 1.4 can eat a gray screen easily at 50 lumens in a garage, which I showed you how powerful those screens are. The parallax technology can produce contrast and colors that a gray and white screen can't even begin to think of. The Dark Star 9 is far more superior. A DMP Supernova Infinity One and yeah, the Infinity One, what's the other one called? Oh, I can't think of. They had two of them, but anyway, their screens could destroy easy a gray screen. The reason why those screens still exist, those certified gunmetal screens, is because they know at the end of the day that a gray screen can't compete with it. If a gray screen could compete with them, you would see tons and tons of demonstrations of gray screen paints taking out gunmetals, but you don't see that, do you? And those screens wouldn't be in business anymore. And they would have contracts with those screens, wouldn't they? Somebody would have contacted them. Keep in mind, they bought your products already. They went down and tested them and found that there was nothing special about them. They've watched your demonstrations and found that there's nothing special about your product. You're showing a demonstration in dark environments with ultra short throw projectors to try to improve your picture quality because it's sitting right on top of the screen, and they're operating in environments that you can't even go to. So again, with that being said, we could beat them. You can't. So again, standing the test of time, we're going to be here before everybody else. We're going to watch screen after screen go down, and we're still going to be here. Our technology, we're engineering, it's not for you. I can't explain this enough. These screen paint makers get up there and go, oh, he's making stuff for me. It's all about, it ain't nothing about you at all whatsoever. I can bring an 8 back and take your stuff out. You don't have anything. We were making your stuff 10 years ago. Everything that you have, everything that you make right now, we've made it 10 years ago. And 10 years when I was making it, I had a global contract attached to my stuff, mountains of beta testers, and more customers, and I sold my product for more than you're selling yours right now. So that tells you at the end of the day, you're not even in my league even when it comes to the same product you're selling right now. You're trying to compete with what I'm doing right now. Can't even beat me back then. So, again, can't express this enough that the quasar technology you're seeing right there, it's not for your screen paint products. It is for certified high-grade professional screens that we get massive amounts of credit for because we can basically take out a physical screen with a screen paint. Sheesh. Who's left on this? Who is left on this freaking circus ride of nonsense? Want to keep challenging our technology. Come on. But Danny's stuff, he can't even properly ship out the paint to us. He can't ship out the paint. Literally can't ship it out. We got canceled. What part of cancel orders do we not understand at the end of the day? I can understand. Get on camera, rooting around, carry on. Oh, my product, blah, blah. You have cancel orders, buddy. Have you forgot about that? You've removed 13 million people of the state of Pennsylvania. I showed that to a couple of people. They were out there crying. People were doing business with. Who is this guy at the website? Yeah, you're already getting blackballed out here, too. On top of that, we got people coming to a site out here showing them the videos of the blacklist. How many people are hitting basically the other site? We have thousands of people hitting that site over there, and they're hitting the blacklist, too. And they're seeing all the evidence we posted on these individuals for everybody to see now, including out here. We made it known out here how to get to the blacklist. So everybody's seeing your stuff everywhere. On YouTube, out here, everywhere, everybody's seeing your stuff. Oh, you think our stuff just pertains? Yeah. Big the search engine on that thing is at the end of the day. My search engine's way, way, way more powerful than your search engine. I tweaked it. I got 100%. You have to go through a process. Now, I don't know what it is on Squarespace, but I know on Wix, I know at the end of the day, you got to hit 100%. And that thing is a nightmare to go through because I've done 2 of them. Once you do it again, it's kind of much more easier for each process you do it. But you have to peak 100% on the search engine in order to be connected to Google. That's how it works with them. So that's why when I type in stuff, you see my stuff popping up all over the place. That's why. Anything I put on my website advertises everywhere. You have to go through that process of the 100% on the search engine optimizer in order to be connected to Google. And majority of most sites request you do this. They do this and make it so tedious to make sure that everything is properly done before you launch this thing out there for the world to see, because you can very well come out looking like an idiot, and so will they. So that's why they request all that. Every picture you put in, you must put in the description of what that picture is about. So again, if you're not a big fan of writing, at the end of the day, this is not going to go well for you. Can't just put up there, dot, 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 dot. And I can teach you tricks on Basic, but then again, no, I'm not doing that. All right. We don't have enough of the black paint, but I'm curious. Just going to put a little bit in here. The other stuff, we can put it together, because that's all we need to just get that kind of brown we need. Let's get the glue, get this done, get that finished, get back in, get this completed at all. You know, I tell people this because you never know. You got people that watch this video and they might decide that, hey, I want to make a screen paint. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy as you think it is. You watch people try to do it easy, right? How did that turn out for them? Didn't go well for them, did it? Nope, didn't. I can show you people who have been developing paint back then. They don't exist anymore. Their YouTube channel shows they haven't been back on it 7, 8, 9 years. They gave up on it. So it's not easy to do. You have to do a lot of testing. And if your stuff is not tested, then you're going to run into a lot of problems. Where is this thing at to begin with? I know it's here somewhere. It's probably in something. There it is right there. Put it there. You think that no one's going to ask questions on my stuff? And everybody sits there and ignore it? No, they're going to ask questions. A lot of questions. We have, let me see. Power supply is here, right? Oh, yeah, power supply goes to here. It feeds to here, right? If it feeds to here, we need to have a port there for the power supply. All right, we do need to cut another port there. I literally forgot we need a port right there. Let me get into this thing. Yeah. Feeds to here, comes right here. It's got to come out through this section right here. Yeah. We start doing this paint job today. I feel like we're going to do the paint job today. But yeah, they're going to ask questions. You got to remember that. They're always going to ask questions. And the best way to figure out what questions are going to be asked, go to form sites. Form sites will ask you every question in the book. Literally every question in the book you're going to be asked. Best way to put it, you ever seen that, remember that Jet Li movie where he's basically in a police station running from the cops? And matter of fact, let me bring this out. I think it's Kissing the Dragon. Jet Li, Kissing the Dragon, police station. This is how you're going to do it. A lot of you not. You're going to turn around, and you're going to have all these people staring at you in that form site. This is literally what goes down in the form site. If you're putting a product in there for the first time that they've never heard of or ever seen. That's a bad boy, by the way. This is literally how you're going to get treated in there. So you better be to hold your own while you're in there. Yeah, what's going to happen to you? Yeah, that's how they're going to come at you, just like that. You better be able to hold your own out there. Imagine that's just the form site. These are the companies that will come at you with that force at the end of the day, and you better be able to hold your own. Us, on the other hand, we could walk through there without even being touched because our technology is far more advanced than everybody else. And I'm going to start advertising that from now on, that our technology is far more advanced than everybody else's. Because I want to ruffle the feathers. The screen paint products, no, you guys, we're not even thinking about you. We want to ruffle the feathers of the certified. We need to bring them in our direction. We need to get their attention. We already got one of them that actually did give us attention. Then we need to get the rest of them down here. But yeah. And if you feel at the end of the day that you want to challenge me, well, hey, I see Partey over there. I see Crow over here. I see all these other screens that we've conquered down through time. Bring it. I've got technology for years set up. We can easily take you out with anything we want. I can engineer something. If I really want to embarrass you, I can engineer something in 20 minutes and take out something that took you 6 months to build. Now, the reason why I say this for people sit there and say, well, hey, no, this is business. Business is competition. It's always going to be that way, no matter what. Always. If you mention my company's name, I'm not going after your company. I don't care. You make your money, be happy. I said this hundreds of times on videos. We don't go hunting for people at the end of the day. Go make your money, be happy. But if you want to use my company's name as a way to try to boost your business, you will regret it. Don't do that because your product won't sell anymore. Yeah, you end up just like that. And we got a reputation for it too, showing people we've taken out. Getting yourself into something you don't understand. That's why I said I got years of experience under my belt. It won't go well for you. So the best thing to do is, I got a couple people on forum sites that make some amazing screens, and I go and I support them every time I go in there. I always give them likes, always tell them, yeah, it's an amazing product. I like what I see. At the end of the day, I'm all for supporting someone's product, but I'm not for supporting somebody who literally want to attack my business due to the fact that you're jealous. I will flatline your stuff. When I get done with it, nobody will touch it. So, is it worth it? It's like the guy from that screen called, what's it called? Dark Energy Abyss. Yeah, we had a little, you guys don't know him because you weren't around. I've been fighting people in my company since I started my business. And that's something you're going to do. When you start your business, it's never going to be peaches. It's going to be peaches and cream some days. But you're going to have to be able to defend your company. If not, you'll get crushed because there are people out there that will take it from you. In a hot second, they will try to take it from you, and you're going to have to fight. And you have to do it by the rules. Don't break the law, because people mess up and they break the law, and then they get themselves locked up and thrown in jail and fined at the end of the day for doing dumb stuff. Do it by the book. Right, remember that. You started a business. So many people I talked to started a business for the first time, and I explained to them from the door, you better be able to back yourself up. Everything you say, you better tell the truth about it. If you don't, they're going to find out. And they're going to expose you for it too. So you better be telling the truth. Put this in here real quick. I need my hands free. Where's my whatchamacallit, man? Let you guys wait here for a minute. Got to tell the truth. Got to keep the faith. Gotta be truthful. Very important. That's why people sit there and say, hey, this guy Kenneth Byrd, he freaking talks on trash on YouTube, and I'm gonna take him on. That's what Danny did. Danny did exactly what I told you just did. Crow talked me up, and said, hey, we got this guy called Kenneth on here. We need you to make a black screen paint to take him out. How did that work out? Didn't go well, did it? They didn't tell you how big the bear was, didn't you? They told you it was a bear. They just didn't tell you how big that bear was. You walked up on it and go, oh, shoot, what the freak? This is not even a normal-sized bear. Yeah, you walked up on a grizzly, not a bear. Different type of big beast. And you found it the hard way. But before I mauled you and destroyed you, I did warn you. And I warned him. I sent him an email telling him to go somewhere, back it down. And he refused to, as they usually do. Started talking all this trash, and I was like, okay, whatever. We'll take him out. Now what do I have as my trophy? $700 with canceled orders. PayPal, which he tried to sit on the order and lost to PayPal. So we got a PayPal complaint was filed against him. He lost. PayPal won in our favor. And 13 million people banned because he can't sell to us because he's afraid. There you go. Now, he could have just made his product, mind his own business, took the warning, disappeared, and had made his product. Who knows what he could have been doing right now? But instead, he got embarrassed on YouTube. And on top of that, he's going to go to court and get sued and possibly jail time. Again, there you go. That's what I said. Not freaking worth it. I'm going to get me a trophy made. Conquer. Oh, that's not a bad idea. I'm going to make a screen paint called Conquer. Oh, that'd be sick at the end of the day. What do I use it for anyway? Any Conquer? Conquer ambient rejection, Conquer light. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Probably making an ad tech at that. Call it Conquer. Screen is designed to conquer other screens. Imagine you've developed so much technology, you can literally set aside time to develop and test the technology just to take out other screens. We did that. We literally had a screen. That's what the 30, what was it, the 39? We had another gunmetal technology we developed. We developed it for fun. We developed it to knock out other gunmetal screens. We took out all the screens with these things. We got 17, 18 gunmetal screens. Just to show them exactly what we could do. We can literally develop technology on your level and then enhance it to make it better than your screen. We matched it first, then we came back in and we took out their screens and then used a black technology to take out our own screen, just to show them there's no hope. I remember doing that. The $69 projection screen we ordered, and we used it to take out a $3,000 Dark Star 9. Now, keep in mind the screens that we were showing off in the environment, the edgeless, they were elite screens. And we were using their white screens, coating over with our advanced technology and knocking out their high-end certifieds with it. Freaking love it. Look at that right there. We got power going from here, from there. Show you the power trace connection. The power trace connection. Here we go, right here. And then people who basically can't do what we do, the first thing they chalk it up. You don't want to challenge us. You don't want to make screen paints to come against us. You just rather get on YouTube and cry about, oh, they're bragging at the end of the day because this. You don't like it, then make something, please. Come on. Don't be scared. We don't bite. Look at that. Power supply goes here. It comes out here with the cables. It goes in there. Then it comes out here. All right. So wait a minute. Okay. So we have that there. So that's the power cord here. That's going to come out there. All right. So you still have all the wires and cables that have to connect to the motherboard. This is the conjunction box here. All right. So it's going to come through here. Now I got to think here. It's going to come. We put the power supply in here. We do want some of the wires exposed. I need some of these wires to push up and come back down because, again, like I said, it's a power station. So we have power supply here. Cord comes from here, here, and here to power it. All the wires have to connect somewhere here. So let's see what we're doing here. Let's see, we got this going. Here, here, and here. Put this right there. Like so. This has to be right here. So that's why we painted everything, so we can mark everything where everything used to be at right there. Gives me a fantastic mark to have it nice and flat here. All right. So power supply is going to be here. You're still going to have those extra cables. Those cables are going to have to come through here and out here. But this is the board comes here. The board drops here. Ooh, let's do a cable run through here. This is going to be interesting where these cables are going to come up at. So if they're here, we can push them underneath here. We push them underneath here. We can bring them up. Yeah, but this is another dividing piece right here. There's a wall right there. I don't want to punch you here and here. Where is that? What you call that? There's only two areas that are going into this. Two pieces of flying data drives from here. So let me see. If we're upside down, that means the power unit is here at the top. So that's going to have to come up through another port here. No. This is here. Power supply's here. Here. We have to bring them from here and wrap them connected to here. So it has to come up from here in the back to here. To here. Can we bring it? Wait, can we bring it from here and bring them around and connect it in? Yeah, we can do it that way instead. Better. We're not actually trying to hide the cables here. The only cables we're trying to hide are the ones basically going from the motherboard back out here because they're being redirected. But these cables don't have to be hidden because these cables don't look like power conductors. We're going to change the way they look. And they're like energizing power through them. We're going to be using that system right there. We're going to wrap them around, glue them around all the cables so that way everything looks like it's actually being charged up, especially powering it up. It's not going to affect the motherboard or anything whatsoever. So we need another part here. We need the part here. All right. Let me see. Here to there. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Good night. Right now before I went in and did that job. Let me see. Where are we at for these parts? Sometimes we got two on top at any time. Oh, no, we're shipping out of here, man. All right, where's the ink pen? Ink pen dropped to the floor somewhere around here. Oh, here's right over here. Let's put this other spot in here. And you're doing too much, Bert. You gotta get things done. Yeah, gotta get things done. Well, today. So for those you don't know, probably oblivious of what I say sometimes, is that we had individuals challenge my company. So we developed screen paint products, as you can see. We're doing it for years. And I've had individuals come on here down through time that figured that they were going to be to take out my business and my company and do dumb stuff at the end of the day. And we end up beating the crap out of them. So I got cancellations on them, and one actually removed 13 million people, which is actually the population of Pennsylvania and some change, to keep us from buying. We go through it all the time. A lot of trash talk. No one backs it up. So bottom line is, the other one's gone. Of course, he left. And because the reason why he left, he tried to make it sound like he was going on to bigger and better things. No, he's going to jail. That's what the problem is. And he's being sued. So, yeah, that's what happened there. Mind you, keep in mind, if we don't hit him with the copyrights, mind you, he made false statements against my product on YouTube and social media, claiming we're nothing more than black paint and we're a scam artist is ripping people off. That's $1 million lawsuit. Mind you, it's considered fraud too. And since it falls under the guideline of fraud, it's 10 years statute of limitations that we can literally come get them. So we got plenty of time to go have them arrested. So separate charges after the holidays are being filed for fraud charges. So we had that to synchronize with the lawsuits that are coming up. And that carries 20 to 30 years in jail. So if you made a statement about my product that's not true, that's what you're going to be facing. Mr. Danny and Mr. McAfee. They're still going to end up going to jail. You can't get around that one. It's a fraud charge. There's virtually no way to get around those at all, period. Can't say to the judge, well, look, Judge, Your Honor, we just want to sue the guy. We don't file charges. No, it comes with it. It's a package. Comes with it. So he's going to go to jail either way. Doesn't make a difference. So that's the reason why he took off. And I told you before, anybody's been in an accident, anyone sues anybody, you're facing some kind of criminal act or anything that's going to court. First thing people do, they start asking questions. They start asking questions to lawyers. They ask questions to family. They ask questions to even a police officer. They ask questions like, hey, I'm just speaking for somebody else, but if somebody did such and such, and so what do you think will happen to them? People always ask that because they're scared of the unknown. They don't know what's going to happen to them. That's why they ask those questions. So getting the same answer back over and over again with nothing. Basically, what people want to hear, they want to hear something that's going to say that, well, you're not really going to get any jail time and get probation. That's what they want to hear. But they're not going to get that at all, period. They're getting the one thing they don't want to hear. And that's the reason why we never got a lawyer sent to us telling us to crease and be quiet, crease and desist, and stop saying that at the end of the day because you don't have any evidence to back up your claim. That's why no one's in contact. That's why I'm still saying that. I can say on camera every single day because, again, we have enough evidence to prosecute these people. There you go. And him knowing this, what do people do when they get caught? They start hiding stuff left and right. You rob a bank, you don't keep the evidence laying around, the cars or equipment. You burn everything. You get rid of it. You get rid of everything. You hide evidence. So that's what they do. That's what he's doing. He's running. The problem is he can't run. There's no place for him to go. Unless he decides to leave the country, that's the only way. And you can't come back then because you'll have outstanding warrants on you. So there you go. That's the reason why he left. Who's going to sit there and go on YouTube and fake a move? Who's going to do that? People fake moves and stuff like that because, again, they don't want people finding out where they're at because, again, but he's got more problems besides just us. I found there's other organizations besides us that he's done stuff that's looking for him. So it's not just us that's looking for him. Which is going to be interesting because they're probably going to hit him. We're going to hit him. And I don't know how they're going to do this because, again, he's not rich. So it's not going to come out that way. It's got to come out some way. They're going to fine him. The state's definitely going to fine him for the copyrights. They have to fine him. That's part of the procedure. So I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to sue him. That's it. So he may pop back up on YouTube, trying to give me a warning because he's going to have a process server coming to his front door pretty soon. And he may come back in contact and say, hey, look, no, don't do that. I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Don't even contact. Don't even speak to us. Don't talk to us. Nothing at all. You contact me because I have a process server come to your front door for something you did. I will walk downstairs to that prosecutor's office and I will file full and federal charges against you for copyright infringement. And you will go to jail for a very long time. You made this bed, remember, you have to sleep in it. And you should be nervous. You should be nervous every single day. You don't know what's coming to your door. It could be a process server, it could be a police officer, it could be FBI. He's running. He's scared. I think the last thing he posted was my face to his website. He got a defamation lawsuit for that. That's what I try to explain to people. Say you did this, right? And say the person didn't record anything, nothing at all. And he goes back and the video's gone. You got away with it. There's no proof that you had it up there. But if they recorded it and documented it on their cell phone, you're in trouble. And the fact that the website's no longer there, you're definitely in trouble. You'll sit there and say, hey, I've removed the website because I'm moving on to better things. Can't move on to better things when you have multiple criminal charges filed against you and lawsuits coming at you. That's not moving on to better things. That's trying to get away from those things. So he's running. This is what I try to explain to him at the end of the day. The people that you call your friends, so-called, call themselves supporting you and backing you, were there just for entertainment. They're watching this man do the dumbest stuff ever, knowing he was going to go to jail for this, and kept egging him on to keep doing it. And he didn't listen. He was a part of the participating too, that nonsense. And you just kept it going. And now look at the situation he got himself into. I explained to you guys, man, that the devil doesn't work alone. He has other people he works with. They start that whole party. You watch all that stuff go down, knowing that I'm not going to get touched by any of it. They don't care about that. They couldn't care less about me. They can't touch me. They care what they can get out of you. Because you're not protected by the blood. You're not saved. If you were, you wouldn't be doing that stuff. You have no desire for it. And your hand would have been blessed. So, you just watch a perfect example. When I tell people, stay away from the devil, because he will lead you down a spiral path. And that's what these guys are facing. You have to understand, I talk about this not because I'm trying to rub it in their faces. I talk about this because this is a perfect example of why you don't follow Satan. I sat there and said on camera that you're traveling down a wrong path. Now, I can't say if they turn their lives around and they find God, what's God's plan going to be? I don't know that. I'm not God. I'm a servant. All I know is in my situation, I still had to do time. It wasn't because I'm carrying with the Lord and I'm not going to do any time at all. No, I have to do time. It speaks in the Bible about basically obeying the law of the land. And when you're a Christian, you know better. Don't think for a hot second that you can't be accountable for the things in this world. You can be. You have to respect the land, the laws of the land. Good mashed potatoes. Devil got him just where you want him at. You do. You got him. That's why I told him. If you think this is going to make you escape what's coming at you from us, no. No. That's not going to help you. And if you think at the end of the day that the devil's done with you, he's just getting started on you. His job is to take your life. Again, you're no good over here to him. It's too much of a risk of you being alive over here. Because what happens if you get saved? What if you start following Jesus Christ? He don't got you anymore. He done worked on you all that time, invested all that time in it, try to mess up your life and destroy you and kill you. And you turn around and get saved and become a Christian. And now you're stronger and you're able to defend yourself against him. And you have your Lord and Savior to back. He's upset over that. He's angry. But if he's able to kill you, then he knows that when you pass to the next life, salvation's gone for you. You can't be saved. You can't enter the kingdom of heaven. So he got his investment. That's what you have to understand. Anything that makes you upset, none of that. Anything that makes you angry and upset, that's Satan that quick in your ear. He's fast. Super fast. That quick in your ear talking to you. Count to 10. Pray and put it in God's hands, and he runs. Feed in the blood and the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, he goes. He leaves. But you let him stick around, and he'll put all kinds of thoughts in your head. And he'll mess with you every single day to get you to do it. Because again, as I explained to people, they think, oh, the devil got me in trouble. He got you in trouble, but that's not his plan. His plan is to take your life. Because again, you're no good to him over here, alive. You're no good. Perfect example, me. I sinned. That was all the part of the world. Carried on, got in all kinds of trouble. We were trying to size it up just right to maybe bump heads with somebody that could take my life. Because I was already out there. I was in that. Everything was perfect for him to kill me. Let's get him with this guy down the street. He's a no-nonsense kind of guy. We'll pump him up, get him all riled up, do something so they can cross paths, and hopefully one of them will kill each other. And then we can get one of them at least. We can work on the other one later on and get somebody up there to take him out too. That's what they do, and demons do. But I got saved. So Satan lost me at the end of the day. So now he's mad. He's angry. He's upset. He'll use other people. There we go. Make sure our charge is in here. Okay, we're good. But anyway, yeah. So he doesn't have me anymore. And he lost his opportunity because now I'm saved. I'm a man of God. And yeah, he can't kill me. Not going to happen. And that's why it's a message to people who basically allow Satan to use you and you try to attack me at the end of the day. Nothing's going to happen to me at all, period. It's going to happen to you. As you saw, it's happening to them right now. It's going to happen to you. And he's not done with you. Because even after we hit you with the lawsuits and everything after that, mind you, you're going to go to jail. And when you go to jail, you're going to be in an area where basically he's going to be at. And he's going to try every possible combination to try to get you off this earth as fast as possible so he can claim you before God claims you. If it's meant to be. And I told you before, not everybody's going to heaven. Only certain selects are going to heaven. Now, people sit there and say, oh, certain selects. No, certain selected people. I'm not saying you're going to be a different race or whatever. Everybody's welcome into the kingdom of heaven. But God only selects who he's going to save at the end of the day. Not everybody's going to heaven. You have to understand that's in the book. Read it. There's a certain number that's counted for heaven. And there's a certain number counted for hell. That's how it is. If you're blessed and God's calling you and you are one of those chosen, then that's a beautiful thing at the end of the day. So you better seek and find. Hope he's calling you and not the other one. But as I said before, I watched that plan unfold. I knew exactly what was going to happen. That's why I got on camera time and time again and said, hey, look, you're following the devil at the end of the day. Stop going down that path. Mentioned it again, mentioned it again. I have to be conscious with myself at the end of the day, knowing these people have done very dirty things to me and my family to keep my head on straight, to try to do it the way God needs me to have it done. I'm still going to follow through what we got to follow through. I'm still going to do what we have to do. Certain things I do have to, I'm going to basically go in a different direction because they're going to get jail time. But quite frankly, talking to family, they're like, they don't get jail time either way. Don't make a difference. They still don't get jail time either way. At the age he's at right now, if he gets 10 years for the cyber stalking, that's 10 years, again, he can't afford. So, again, this is what you get when you follow the devil. People look at it in a way like, oh, well, they attacked Mr. Byrd, and this is the outcome of what they got. No, he followed Satan, and that's what he got. I kind of warned him multiple times. Mind you, he's doing the exact same thing I did many years back when I was a kid. Got out there, listening to the devil, carrying on and acting up, doing what I want to do, not listening to anyone who's trying to warn me about this, and ended up getting in that bad situation I got myself into. He's about to go through the same process, except for now he's older, and I did it when I was younger. And the rest of them too, because I don't want the rest of them to ever think that, oh, he doesn't mention us. No, you're already taken care of. Mr. Williams, Mr. Matthew, we found out that you have 10 years to prosecute you. So within making that statement, we're coming after you, Mr. Matthews. I'm going to be filing a lawsuit against you. I'm going to be filing criminal charges against you. And I have your address right there on my PayPal account. I'll be filing criminal charges against you for committing fraud against my company. We have several videos we dubbed and copied showing, mind you, let me explain something to you, Mr. Fernando. I know you deleted videos off your YouTube account, but we had people come in and they recorded and documented. I have documentation on you. So I have plenty of videos. That's why you go to the blacklist, you will see videos there that, again, have been deleted, or videos at the end of the day that he can't get rid of because we have copies of them all. So again, yeah, deleting your channel wouldn't have helped you at all, period. But we do have videos of Mr. Matthews and you side by side, talking and walking, and having conversations on Crowcast back and forth about basically doing these demonstrations on my products. I explained to Mr. Matthew multiple times that the projector you're using, we don't support those projectors because the screens come up too dark and they don't work. And you proceeded to use that projector anyway, even though we told you it wouldn't work, and went on and broadcasted on YouTube that my product was a scam, it was a fake, and it was all these others, knowing that you used a projector we clearly do not support. And therefore, because of that, and finding out the statute of limitations of getting you for fraud is 10 years, I'm going to sue you for $4 million. On top of that, I am going to be pushing for severe jail time. I told you at the end of the day that nobody gets away with nothing. I'm thinking roughly 2 years on statute of limitations for fraud. I had no idea it was a whopping 10 years, which means we can come get him. We found 3 other people that were also on YouTube doing the same thing. The fellow I said, oh, yes, Mr. Phantom HD. Yes, I'm going to have somebody reach out to you. Because, again, you did a demonstration claiming a product that was supposed, the Phantom, claiming to be ours. So guess what, buddy boy? Yeah, we're going to get your location. I'm also, too, going to file a lawsuit against you also for fraud against my company. Mind you, if you're caught with fraud, I told you, it's a 10 to 20 year or even 30-year prison sentence. And showing that you guys are all connected together, it's conspiracy charges also, too, going to pop up. Because we're going to file conspiracy charges also, too. This actually stacks more time on you. This is where I explained to you, you get away with nothing in life. I didn't even know about that 10 years. Man, I got a lot of paperwork to go through. You'll be paying for all my court costs, too, because, yeah, they got to pay for that stuff. So, like I said before, when you get hit with one of these lawsuits, if you have a house, it's gone. If you have a car, whatever you have, it's gone. We're just going to take everything from you. That's why we're hitting you with $1 million lawsuits. 10 years. I didn't believe that. Everybody was like, you didn't know that? How the frick you in business? You don't know it's 10 years. I didn't think it was 10 years. I think it was roughly like 4 years, 3 years, 4 years. Like, no, it's 10 years. That would explain a lot on how you have people who have charges to get bought out companies. Like 5 years down the line, they're probably bringing them into court. You know, I'm like, we passed statute of limitations. How are they coming back and getting them? It's 10 years. Didn't know that. That is interesting. So, yeah, that means we can get Mr. Matthews and we can go get Mr. Phantom HD or whatever he called himself. We can go get him. And I am going to go get myself some black paint to finish this and some glue. 10 freaking years. I didn't even know that. Well, it's going to be an interesting next in 2025. Yep. It's going to be interesting. A lot of crying. A lot of people crying. A lot of people crying. And you're going to hear them on YouTube. Oh, by the way, I'm going to put a gag order on YouTube. You can't speak about it on YouTube, or you'll have charges filed against you. Because basically you guys did go on YouTube and start a lot of rumors and stuff like that. So with that being said, I'm going to get a court order, put a gag order on you so you can't say jack. You have to deal with this. You don't have to suffer in quietness. No one's going to know. Matter of fact, you won't have it either way. It's a cyber crime. Sometimes it's a cyber crime that you committed. So with that and fraud and all, they're going to basically ban you from being online because you can't be online because you committed the crimes from there. That means FBI now has to get involved in that thing. Oh my goodness. We got to make a list of how many people we're going to be hitting and then go out and get this done. Gee whiz Louise. Yeah, Mr. Matthews, yeah, we have your address because he ordered from us. He ordered directly from my company and did that video demonstration. So we know exactly your whereabouts. I'm going to go to my PayPal archives. I'm going to dig your address up. Matthews. Let me see. I have you logged in my YouTube. And I don't want, let me see for a minute. Yeah. Can't be doing that kind of stuff, man. It's a shame we got to do this stuff at the end of the day. You would think people would know better. You would think so, you know? And we need to do this so that way we can make them an example of any future nonsense that may pop up. Just keep in mind, if you figure you're going to follow the steps that they did, go ahead, knock yourself out. I'll sue you. I'll take all your stuff from you, and I'll watch you cry in court, because you will cry in court. You'll beg the judge. You'll beg us to basically give you a break, and you don't have the money. So unless you want to go through that, I suggest you don't do this. I hear it all the time. Let me explain something to you. I've sued people and taken them to court. This is not my first time. I've actually had to take people to court and sue them, and I've seen just about everything. I've seen people beg the judge. I've seen people beg us at the end of the day, plead with us. They don't have the money. But keep in mind, if we gave you a second chance, knowing that you can't handle this lawsuit, we send you a cease and desist order telling you, hey, look, back down, because we really don't want to take this to court. We don't want to sue you. And you keep on going. Who do you have to blame? All right, then. I've even seen a woman take off her wedding ring and walk out of the courtroom. Because they're sitting there thinking at the end of the day, like, I can't believe we did something this stupid to wreck everything that we built. Yeah, I've seen divorce and everything pop up. So again, it's not worth it. Just to get on YouTube and to have a little fun and act up and carry on, it could come with real serious consequences. Let me see. Outside black projection screen. It's not worth it. Not worth it indeed. That's why I'm very careful about when I'm doing these certified screens. I'm very careful about what I say, how I'm displaying them, what I read through all their specifications. So I know exactly what projector. The one of them literally says that we can't use it on a projector of 1,000 lumens. We can't use it on that. We don't use on 1,000 lumens. They clearly say they can't be used outside. We do not take those screens outside, because I can get hit with a lawsuit if I do that. Black Diamond sees me take one of their screens outside and the screen doesn't do well. It's not designed to be out there. They can turn around and say, hey, look, you deliberately sabotaged our screen by taking it out there and spreading false information. Can't do that. That's why we keep them inside. The only screens I look for, like the Yard Master, stuff like that, stuff that can go outside. Now, if they make an outdoor screen, we'll take that outside. We're not taking that outside. No way in the world. They got certain screens that don't work on ultra short throws. If you run them on ultra short throws, they go dark. They don't pick up at all, period. So again, they say this screen's not designed for ultra short throw, or this screen is designed for ultra short throw, and that's the only projectors we use on it. There's a company called Linksy, I think it was. I think that was the name of the company. If I say the name incorrectly, I do apologize. But we're doing a demonstration, and I came in there. I was using a ultra short throw, and somebody said, no, you can't use ultra short throws. No, they have to be used on long throws. And thank you so much. So I switched over to the long throw, did a demonstration. Now, you could do something that says, what will happen if I used it? What would be the outcome? You could do that, but you can't do it. The other thing is, now, Mr. Matthews, remember, oh, heck yeah, we can come get you. That was a year ago you did that nonsense? Yeah, that's Mr. Matthews. That's the one that went in and used a projector, a WeMax, that we clearly told you is not supported by our screen paints. We clearly told you this. When we had the conversation in the email, I told you it doesn't support. We literally have it on the blacklist. We have a WeMax projector on there when they first came out. With the customer used it, and we said, hey, look, you can't use them. They don't work at all. You used it anyway. The screen came out so dark you couldn't even see it. So we have it on the blacklist. But Mr. Matthews decided to go in anyway and do the demonstration and slander my company. Now, Mr. Matthews, you're facing fraud charges, which I'll be filing after the holidays with your address that's on our PayPal account. We'll be seeing you soon. This is a year ago, which means you're still within, even if it was 4 years, we can still get you. So you're looking at a couple $1 million. You're going to owe Mr. Byrd, and you're definitely going to get jail time. Don't do dumb stuff at the end of the day. Videos are time stamped. Got you several times. Look at this. Got you in Crowcast, talking with them. Yeah. This was a year ago. Oh, you guys are so much trouble. It's not even funny. When I go back here and I look at how well we documented this, showing the guy doing the demonstration and everything, dude, you're done, man. You are so done. This is a year ago. Do you know our statutes and limitations can still get to my screen's very dirty? My statute limitations can still hit you. We got 10 years to get you. Get ready, buddy. It's not going to go well for you. Your life is over, just so you know. Your life is over, so you know that. Let me explain to you, man. I warn people from the door to not do stuff, because when I walk into a courtroom, it's not my first time suing people. I'm familiar with this area, okay? I've done this before. You walk into a courtroom with you, there's no way out of this situation. It's the equivalent of watching a mouse being trapped in a mason jar. We make sure there's no way. We stack tons and tons of evidence on top of you. Even your lawyer will walk out of that courtroom. When they contact us, when your attorney contacts us and we send over what we have, they'll sit there and tell you that we have to drop your case. I'll lie to you or not. There's no way to win it. You'll have to try to get a plea deal from me, and we don't give plea deals. And judging, showing that you are affiliated with Mr. Fernando, and I think Parte you were affiliated with, but we have to make sure that video, make sure it comes up in the mention. But with Mr. Fernando, the one who started all this, the ringleader of it all, the fact that you know him and you have contacts with him, and you're going to make as much time as he's going to even receive. It's not going to go well for you. You can get jail time through association. I didn't know it was a year. I know it was only about a year. Whew, man. All right. I hope y'all ready for this in 2025. It's not going to be a good year for you. I think you think we forgot about this until you see this video. You may see it, you may not. He doesn't watch my channel. But I'm going to tell you something right now. Rude awakening. You'll be home relaxing. And, yeah, some people are going to pop up on your front door with some documents telling you've been served to court and you're being sued. Now, keep in mind, this is going to be criminal charges. If you don't show up to one of these things at all, period, you're going to have a bench warrant for you. And then you're really going to have some problems at the end of the day. And he did these videos. Delivery did these videos knowing. I said, we know who you are. We do. I found your account. You ordered from me. But we're looking at this guy. We're like, wait a minute. I've had this conversation with this guy before. Who is he? And sure enough, we found his full address sitting up there on our account. And this is where the blame game process starts at. They're going to blame them, back and forth. You know, they get you guys in rooms and carrying on and acting out. She was Louise. A year ago? That was a year? Yeah, we definitely can get you, man. Definitely. Statute of limitations on fraud charges. Some say 5, some say 7. So basically, this one's saying it's up there. The statute of limitations for a major fraud against the United States. And you guys are in the United States, right? Yeah. 7 years, which means we got 7 years. It could be 10 years or 7 years. We still got you. You did this a year ago. Mail fraud is actually one of them too. Like somebody at the end of the day did mail fraud, right? Yeah. You got 2 counts of mail fraud coming your way, buddy. That's 20 years of pop. How much jail time can you get for fraud? I mean, you guys are old, man. Any time is bad time for you guys. Oh, wait, sorry, easier it up. How much jail time can you get for committing fraud against a company? It's not a joke. That's what I try to explain to you. It's very serious. So, Mr. Matthews, again, emails we spoke to you crystal clear. I explained to you. We talked about projectors. I said, do not use it on WeMax. Don't use it movie to go or some kind of projector you mentioned. We explained to you, no, we don't support those projectors. We clearly have it on the website showing what projectors we support. You went around that and used your projector, which is a WeMax, did the demonstrations, and then posted the demonstrations and with Jamie claiming that we were scammers. So you have officially committed a fraud against my company, which means this is what you're going to be looking at for 20 to 30 years in jail. I hope it was worth it, but I know you think in the new year, you know, I'm going to do this and do that. I got plans and all this stuff. I'm going to tell you what your plans are going to be. Your plans are going to be in front of a courtroom and with a judge and my lawyers, and you're going to be basically wishing you can develop wings somehow and shoot through the window because you're not going out anymore. You're not coming home. That's it. If you have kids or whatever, you're not seeing them anymore. That's over. That is over. I'm going to send you a cease and desist order. We're not doing that. We're just going to go file and come after you. I had no idea it was a year. I'm thinking like, okay, it had to be farther than that. A year? But even a year is so good. Even if it was 2 years, we still would have hit it. Whatchamacallit is coming up. Phantom HD is coming up under, I think, 3 years, which means we can still get you. I'll tell you the worst thing in the world, gentlemen, real quick. I'm going to finish this video real quick on this. The worst thing in the world is thinking that somebody forgot about something, you got away with it, and they come get you. That's the worst. Jamie already knows from the door he's in trouble. That's why he's running. But he already knows they're coming. He knows we're coming. He already knows. We already sent the process server to his front door. So he knows we mean business. So he knows we're coming. He just know when we're coming. That's even worse. But you guys think at the end of the day we forgot about you. And you think that this is going to blow under the rug and nothing's going to happen. And that's the hard part for you because that's where the shock kicks in. You're sitting there being handcuffed and arrested and you're being charged and you can't figure where it's coming from, and then you hear my name. Then it kicks in. When you're sitting in the jail cell, the holding facility, you have plenty of time to think about how badly you messed up and how badly it's going to get. And they're going to ask you what you're being charged with, and they're going to tell you you're being charged with fraud against my company. After we win the case, and we will, easily, I will start the lawsuit process. And we'll go in and figure out how much you're worth and what we'll take from you. So, you better pray your rent. This is why another thing, too, it's not a good idea to buy a house. Somebody sues you and take your house. And I can understand people say, I bought a house. When you're financing, you're not buying a house, you mortgage a house. If you mortgage a house, which is better, because if you mortgage a house, what happens is you still lose your house. People think they tell you if you mortgage your house, then they can't take it because the bank owns it. That's true. They can't take it. But they can sue you to the point where you can't make your payments and you're still going to lose your house because it'll foreclose and then they'll take your house. There's ways to get around it. That's what they'll do. Just sue you where you have to pay out so much money, you don't have the money. You'll be flat broke. You got to pay off that mortgage because the bank owns it. If you own the house, then they could just take your house from you. And if you're mortgaging it from the bank, then they'll basically hit you so hard that you won't have the money to pay off those mortgage payments. And again, you can't sit there and go to a judge, well, hey, judge, look, I got to pay. They don't care about that. You messed up. You're getting sued, and whatever they're going to hit you with, and if there's substantial evidence showing that you committed this crime, you're getting sued. That's all to it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I've done this multiple times to people who've done dumb stuff to our company. There's none of that. Well, I can't afford, but if I can't pay off the house, I'm going to lose the house. And the judge will sit there and say, well, you should have thought about that when you were committing the crime. It's funny how people never think about that stuff when they're doing dumb stuff. And if I do this, I run the risk of losing my home, I lose my livelihood, and I can even lose my freedom in the process. But, devil got your head all twisted up. You figure that, hey, I'm going to get away with it. No one's going to know about it. You know what I mean? I'm going to have a little fun with this. He's not going to get any lawyers. Nothing's going to be involved in it. Again, when you make statements out of your mouth and think at the end of the day by saying, oh, he's too poor, you can't get that. I make more than you guys make. What are you talking about? And on top of that, again, you attacked my blessings. All this came from God. All this came from God. You attacked my blessings. So what do you think is going to happen in the long run? You're going to jail. That's what's going to happen. And you better hope in that situation that you find God in the process. God is a forgiving Lord. If he wasn't, I wouldn't be here having this conversation with you right now. I still would be in the prison system right now, or I probably did. So he is a forgiving God at the end of the day. But if you don't accept him, then that means you accept the other one. And the situation you guys are about to be in pretty soon is going to be a life-changing experience. That's what you're about to go through. You ever heard that term before, life-changing experience? That's pretty big when they say that. Yeah, we got your report back from the hospital, and it's going to be a life-changing experience. That's something you really don't want to hear. Now, you want to hear different ways like, hey, you got an inheritance coming to you. It's going to be a life-changing experience. That's better right there. We're not saying something wrong with doctors, especially having a shoving match in the hallway, or who wants to tell you the bad news first. That's pretty jacked up, by the way. But anyway, yeah, you don't want to go through that. But you guys are going to have, and for a person who's been down on that side of the fence already, you're going to have a tremendously life-changing experience. Yep. And you can't get on YouTube after you get done from court. You won't be able to go on YouTube, or you probably won't have access to YouTube anymore. I'm going to make sure all your stuff is taken down. Everything. I mean, literally everything. That you don't even exist anywhere on YouTube. So as long as we get security clearance for that, either they're going to do it, or we hire a company going to do it, whatever, your stuff is going to be erased off YouTube. Mind you, all those videos that he did, now all his videos weren't bad. They weren't. He had videos of his family. Of course, I'm pretty sure it's recordings and all that stuff. But he had other things he did on it. He posted to YouTube, things that he did at the end of the day. He had to delete all that stuff. He had to delete it? No, he didn't have to. He's trying to wipe as much away as possible. Man, I'll tell you one thing you're going to have to do. If you're worrying about wiping stuff away, you need to go over there into the, over for your LLC and basically get those documents over there. But then again, he's going to be in trouble because they're going to figure out exactly why it took you so long to get the documents, and you give them that kind of idea. Then they start thinking like, what are you hiding at the end of the day that we don't know about, we should know about? Yeah, okay. All right, let me get my glue, and I want to see how well we turn this orange into bronze or something. I don't know. Get that started. Even when I take them to court, I can't even talk about it. Nope. Can't speak about it. Can't say a thing about it once you're in the courtroom. Gentlemen, remember when I said that one day you're going to see my face? Remember I made that statement to you? Time is now. 2025. It's your day of reckoning. You will see Mr. Byrd face to face. For some people, it's a good thing. And for other people, it's extremely bad. And I told you, I'm the last person you want to see in the courtroom. If I'm that thorough with gathering information on you to put you on the blacklist, just think about the stuff I have on you that I'm going to show up in court with. Mr. Matthews, 1 year. That's it. You got a couple $1 million laying around. You're going to need it. What am I going to do with this money anyway? We don't need it. I'm probably going to just give it away to charity because it's pretty much where it's going to go. It's going to go to charity. Because again, give to somebody else. Take something negative, put something positive to it. got plenty of people that can use that money at the end of the day that could help and benefit them out. Donate some money to the SPCA. We got some schools and stuff I want to donate money to. We got a cancer ward up here for the kids. I'm going to donate money to over there. Yep. A year. And that's it. We can do 7 years. It's all jail time. It's so jacked up. Read this thing. It's so anything. It's jail time. Literally, there's nothing in there that says I don't get probation. Nothing. Let me see something for a minute. I have a question. How much jail time can you get for conspiracy charges? 5 years. So bottom line, a conspiracy charge, we have to be able to prove that all of them knew each other. They all worked together. That's a conspiracy charge, which we have that evidence already. Especially with the Crowcast recordings, we have that already. So basically, that is roughly 5 years and up to $250,000 in fines. Showing that you guys all committed conspiracy against my company to try to make my company look like it was a scam. Oh, my fault. I misread. It's worse than I thought. So it's 5, 10, and 20 years mandatory. That's why I said they're going to get jail time either way. Yeah, some nerds. What was it? Yeah, his address was. We found his address. He ticked off a customer. A customer posted his address. That's how we figured out where he was at. He was giving us fake addresses the entire time. And customer posted that. It was on Facebook, and I was like, wait a minute, that's his address? So I went in and basically showed the YouTube video where we found the address at. Because it's right there. The guy posted for everybody to see. And he gets up there and he goes, "Oh, you're doxing my address, and I'm gonna file charges against you." No, you can't file charges against me because that's somebody posting your address, and we're just supposed to say, "Hey, this is your address." Put a question mark next to it. Is this you or not? Because it's right there, and the guy's posting your address. So you can't come after me. You would have to come after him. But then he turns around and he basically makes his address public domain when he did the LLC. So he doxed himself. I guess that's what he did. That's what he was going for. And now everybody has his address. But anyway, yeah, he went into all that nonsense, sent me all this stuff about California penal codes and all that stuff and how I can go to jail. I told you, be careful about what you say out of your mouth. Mr. Fernando, we can make a trip to California, and I can show hardcore evidence that we have filed charges with the Allentown Police Department showing you doxing our addresses here. Even you on a recording, you can hear your voice in the video telling people where to go and where my cat sits at in the window. So the very thing you said to me about filing in California, I can come to California and file that charge against you next week. And I can get a warrant for your arrest. Because over in California, they are extremely serious about that charge. But because it happened here in the over here in Pennsylvania, this is where we'll file. And you'll be expedited up here, which means you'll have to come up here for the trial. Because you think for a hot second we won't come to California. I got family in Cali, military family in Cali, and I also got some other family over there too, which I haven't seen in years, which I'm thinking about popping down this summer to see how they're doing. And while I'm down there, I'm going to go walk over to the police department and file against you. With a report, a docket report from the Allentown Police Department showing that there are criminal charges filed against you in another state. Also, too, with documents on the process server showing that we had to come to your front door for copyright violation. See, it's different when you walk into and file charges. They don't kind of look at that real seriously, but when you're bringing in documents where you literally had to go into different government agencies to file charges against an individual, this is where things can get real serious real quick. Because they'll go over there, they'll take the docket number, they'll type it in, and they'll find out that you had charges against you that were filed against you in Allentown. And there's pictures and all that stuff, evidence supporting everything we said in our claim. And then they'll type in the docket number for the process server and find out that through the CCP, you violated copyrights against our company. So guess what? That makes it easier for us to get a warrant. Told you. But I'll be down there this summer anyway. I got family and I got to go see. And some people I haven't seen in a long time, and I will be popping over to the police department. So I want you to know that just because you're offline doesn't mean that you're out of the woods yet. You'll be out of the woods once you're sentenced and you're sitting in a jail cell. Then you realize that you got it over and done with. Now you're just going to have to go through the process of just getting through that, and then hopefully, God willing, and I can't speak for him. Maybe he may shorten your term. I don't know. He did it for me, so I don't know. Each person different. I don't know. I can't speak for him. I'm not God of the day. Thank goodness I couldn't have that responsibility. I am happy just being a little servant at the end of the day, just doing my job. But just to tell you at the end of the day, I don't know. He could give you that. He could not at all, period. I don't know. I know he did it for me. All right. We kill time here. I'm going to go down and pick up my, oh, how come we don't do one of those? Wait, when we get done that, what are we going to do next? We're going to go next. We're going to get the screens started. We're working already. Oh, we got to make the gamer paint to match the screens, the cardboard screens. Oh, we have one over there. No, it's too wide. I want a thin piece of cardboard, like thin cardboard. I'm going to have to build that. Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to build that. I want a cardboard screen to match my cardboard PC. And they have to be Picos. I'm not using a big board projector. That has to be Picos. All right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give them, I got to go to, I know Amazon doesn't carry that cardboard. They never carry the right ones we want. We're going to have to go to a company to get that one. Definitely have to go to a company to get that one. Do those cardboard screens that way. Oh, we gotta get. Do we have vegetable oil for the nuclear tank? We don't even have that either. We gotta get that done, and we have to get the cutter because we have to finish cutting that deep six. I want to do that one so badly. I gotta take apart the projector. I gotta get a small projector, take it apart. I wonder if we can wire that projector into something, like the Big Daddies. Oh my goodness, I'd be so sick if we could figure that out. That would be sick design. We get a Big Daddy. We take apart a small micro projector and we install that inside of a Big Daddy. We can have that thing under vegetable oil while it's projecting an image out on a screen that's submerged under that vegetable oil. That would be a sick PC setup. And also, too, advertising our technology. It has to be under vegetable oil. It has to carry current. Oh, man. You got to get a mini projector and take it apart. Well, what people sit there saying, but that only pertains to PC parts. No, it doesn't. It pertains to any form of electronics and basically submerged under vegetable oil. But then again, when you think about it, not all of it's going to work correctly, which is kind of quite curious. But I did a web camera to see if I can actually do it. And the web camera did work for about a week, but then it shut down. So test, but it did work. So I'm curious if the projector would work. If it doesn't work, we'll have to build a small outer box inside of the Big Daddy. And then we'll have to hook a port system from the fan. But then again, how would you get a hold of the peripherals that's inside of it? And you still would have to charge it. Oh no, but the charging system can be under vegetable oil, much like a power supply. It's not going to have that issue whatsoever. All the ports can be there with no problem because we did it with the other PC. The only problem you would have is basically making sure that the air from it has to travel somewhere. So basically, we would have to design some kind of duct tube that actually comes from a small fan that lets itself all the way back up past the oil, and then basically have a way of basically conducting air out of that. The air has to be pulled because the longer the funnel, air's not going to travel all the way up. It's going to basically, it's got something to draw it out of that. So we'll have to make a wider mouth at the top of the tube. We can actually install in a 30 millimeter fan, and that will allow us to draw the air out easier. All right, that's easy to do. Yeah, it's funny because when I'm talking it in my head, I'm actually seeing it all put together. I'm actually seeing all the tubes and stuff and all the wires and stuff and everything put together, how it draws out, how it works. Yeah, that's how fast it takes me to engineer stuff. In school, they said I didn't have the intelligence to do it. They didn't know my Jesus. Bam. All right. Now, go today, get paint. Hope everything is open. Get paint should be no problem. Oh, great goodness. Isn't it Big Friday? Oh, we're not having any of that nonsense down here. I think we should. We have enough police down here anyway. Anyway, so we're going to take some of this and this, So we're going to make our bronze paint that we need. And then, or close enough to it, because we need to just coat this into something. And then we have to get some glue, because we need to glue all this down. Do we have that here? We don't have that here, do we? Oh, whatever. Oh, I was wondering where that is at. Springs and coils, coils and springs. You wonder, like, how in the world can he go from talking about that and then all of a sudden switch that fast? Because my brain is working on 2 different levels right now. So usually most of the time when I'm in here, basically out in someone's product, I'm developing a screen paint to take out your stuff. Literally, that's what's going on in my head. So I can be out there and someone's doing a video and blah, blah, blah. I debunk your video, number one. Go to your website, buy your stuff, which you probably will cancel out, which we usually go through that all the time. And other weird stuff comes up behind that nonsense. And then as I'm telling you about your product, I'm actually developing a product to take out your stuff. So right now, I'm building the PC in my head and figuring out a way how we're going to actually install this whole projector inside of a Big Daddy, because I would love to have a Big Daddy on the vegetable oil like I did the last time, but I wanted to produce an image out of his chest, and I wanted to hit a screen. If the screen's in front of him, and he's projecting the image in front of him, then it shows that the screen's front and rear, you will see a Big Daddy walking through fish. Ah, interesting, isn't it? We wouldn't even need a name brand projector to do it. We can literally do it with a knockoff. Because the knockoffs are these small, dinky little projectors that'll work perfectly fine for what we need to do. And if it gets damaged, then we don't care, because it's a knockoff unit. So imagine that. Huge screen here. Actually run the vegetable oil. We are the Big Daddy, and we have a projector built in our chest, and we can produce the image, boom, that shows fish moving back and forth. So on the opposite side, you see these fish moving back and forth, and you see this Big Daddy walking towards you. Isn't that amazing? And we can build a PC right in there. See? Have to think outside the box with the vegetable oil. All right, I'm gonna get on my journey. We got things to do, things to build, things to design. I can't wait to get work on that again. That's when we finally do some gaming off of that. Oh, don't we have a gaming cardboard? No, we don't have the gaming cardboard made yet because we didn't do it yet. All right. We're wasting too much time. We got things we got to do. I got to go, people. God bless.